So we were able to remotely bring you into the show, but there's nothing like having that 20-second honey bun right here in the studio
Live in the
with
flesh.
us,
Right
watching
on.
the steam just, you know.
Well, shouts out to Foxy Alex for keeping my seat nice and warm and smellable.
Always, exactly. That's how we have to do it. Come on.
Word.
So anyway, you weren't here last week.
I was
and
not
that
here
was
last
because
week.
you were in the studio doing Flip Mode Squad 20-year anniversary album.
Word.
And tell me how's that coming along.
It's actually coming along great. Initially we were supposed to just, come in there initially we were going to just release like some lost files, like stuff that we had did,
right.
Close
20 years ago.
Close to 20 years ago that never got released. So listening to the tracks, it's like, it's kind of dated, not really the best representation of where we at now. I mean, some were still classic, but a lot of the punchlines and stuff get old. So we said, all right, let's go on for a week, knock it out, boom. DJ Scratch was originally producing the whole project.
Okay.
So we record for about a week. We actually start getting beats from other producers. Like once we enter Knots, shouts out Knots Raw to the fold. We got Knife Wonder production. We actually just got a Rockwaller production. Like now it's turning into like an album.
Right.
Like, originally we just wanted to just kind of throw something out real quick for nostalgic purposes, but now it's really turning into that. And by popular demand, we were able to track down Lord Have Mercy.
What? Wow.
So now, now the cipher is, Rod Digger was able to track down Lord Have Mercy. So,
Rod Digger got all the connections.
Can I address a rumor real quick on social media?
What's that?
Man, the rumor is you out here scraping plates, raising bars, calling women's out their names. How you do that verse?
I mean, that's what I do. Like,
Well, if you're not familiar with what's going on right now, what Rage is even talking about, Digger posted a verse of hers from a song from the
Untutored
upcoming
courage
Flip Mode
is
album.
useless.
Mm-hmm.
And needless to say, it was quite fiery. I don't know if I got a chance to tell you, but yeah, that shit was fire.
My only concern, the verse was hot, and I was feeling the flame and everything. Then this damn Jamaican just put his face in the flame.
I started kissing her on the cheek.
Try to call him Buster.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
And y'all see me trying to keep my cool, like, damn, I'm trying to spit my face, get out my face. Look, with the cigarette in hand, can you see the cigarette in the side frame? Little smoke entering the frame.
So yeah, that was a dope verse, but what was interesting is we noticed that after you posted it, Taraji P. Henson repost your shit.
Yeah, she did.
And fucking now the shit had like, when I had saw it at that time, it was like 125,000 views or some shit on her page.
Now it's like, on her page, it's probably, it's like 400 something. Buster's got about 200 something.
Crazy.
I got a little 50 something.
Listen, that is big.
Yeah, I saw a lot of reposts. Shouts out to Pete Rock, too. Pete Rock reposted.
I think it speaks to the thirst for real hip-hop. You know what I mean?
Especially on the female side.
I was going to say, and especially on the female side. Like, I think people got a real taste of nostalgia as far as, oh shit, this is real
Of
rap.
what rapping
And right,
sounds like.
and this is real rap from my era. And you go, girl, like you still fucking sound tight and motherfucking, you know what I mean? Whatever age you are, I don't know, 25, whatever
Right.
the fuck, but
I don't waver in my conviction. I
Right.
don't conform. Like,
Right.
always was and will be forever a spitter.
I even saw some tweets where you were talking about, you know, you're scratching your head trying to figure out how to like dumb your shit down to get on some of the party joints because the rapidy rap girl inside you will not allow you
Oh yeah, I made a joke.
not get into rhyme schemes and all of
Yeah,
that
no,
type of shit.
I made a joke. So I was like, okay, so now we're at the end of the album.
You're not joking shit.
No. I was joking. No, I'm not joking, but I was joking because now you're at the end of the album and now there goes okay, we need the single wooty wooty woo, and I was laughing to myself because I'm like, wow, it really takes a long time to sit here and try to figure out how to rap stupid,
Right.
without because what comes naturally to me is double rhyming and triple rhyming and rhyme schemes, and I'm like, okay, but I don't want to break up this rhyme scheme. That's what I said. I was like, I hate breaking up rhyme schemes to try to catch the wave or some shit. And I was like, but people were really talking to me like, oh, just don't dumb it down. And I'm looking like, okay, in real life, do I look like the type of motherfucker that dumps? Yeah, I know I'm playing, but yeah, that's I always get a kick out of how like easy it is to come up with songs like Tight, but it'll take like 9 studio sessions to come up with a party and bullshit, which is probably like my least complex rhymes to date. So
Now, after not
and half of them Biggie lines, so go figure.
after not being in the studio for so long with
Aim for the moon.
this specific
If you miss.
group of people, how is it coming back into the studio and trying to rekindle, what was once kindled?
I mean, as far as I think the love is still there, so it definitely, it took the first week, it took a little adapting, just getting reacclimated to everybody's personality. Everybody's grown and settled in whatever direction and sentiment they dealing with. So it took the first week for everybody to just kind of lay out, what they were tolerating, what they weren't tolerating, and it's been pretty smooth sailing since, at least for me, because I lay ground rules down from the gate. Like, I need sleep, I need food, I need makeup, like once I lay my shit down, that's what it is. But it's always been like, with me, I think my opinion and kind of like my say has always been something that's been highly regarded amongst the crew, because people know that like I'm really about this MC life. Like, I'm not just some token girl in the clique. Like, they listen to me as much as they listen to Busta, you know what I mean? It definitely, like, his oversight on everything is always about the business and even so the art, but he also has to balance that business perspective, whereas I'm strictly coming from the MC perspective. So anything I say is always going to be in the best interest of, the artistic outcome of the situation. Whereas, Busta has to deal with the artistic and the business and, whatever else he's dealing with. But me, it's always about being the best MC you can be. So any input I give, niggas know that it's coming from a real genuine place, and they better keep up.
All right. Well, are there any songs like? Just give me a couple names of standouts that you think, like, when they come out, who's gonna be fucking with this?
Well, they definitely gonna the snip I gave. They definitely gonna be fucking with that.
I heard that song too.
Cause
strong. I don't know if I heard the version with Lord have mercy.
Well, he just dropped his verse
Right.
last night on it, but
Right.
yeah,
The other one.
everybody's going off on
That's
that.
hard.
There's a joint called Wave.
That's
That's-
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Hard Body.
Mhm.
The album intro is Hard Body. I wanna say pretty much all of it, everything not Sport to the Table is bananas.
Shout out to Knots.
We even got
VA.
we got some joints that are not like traditional boom bap. We got some A-Rap music joints, but they definitely provide a nice aesthetic to the situation. You know, I don't want to call it boom trap because we're not trapping, but it's a nice current take on boom bap.
You got some
Like,
808 up in that one.
oh yeah, for sure.
808 snares and kicks are being used.
Absolutely. And I can't front. Like I like rocking with flip mode. I can appreciate rocking with flip mode because they oftentimes take me out of my box. Because if you leave me to my own vices, I will just rock out with knots forever.
Right.
Like I'll just be, boom bap goddess, forever. But when I get with Busta oftentimes or, flip mode, I'll do things that I wouldn't normally do myself, and that's how a record like Mariah will come about, or that's how a record like Touch It will come about, which are my biggest records to date. So, I can appreciate.
When you were put out of your comfort zone, you ended up having some of your
hit records.
biggest successes. So it's like, damn.
So this is why I always entertain going out on a limb or stepping outside of my box in regards to flip mode. Like I trust Busta can take me to that place that will work, that will work for my excuse me, within the confines of my artistry.
I think that's almost like a life lesson if you think about it. Like
Right.
just going outside of your comfort zone
Right.
sometimes and just doing things that you're not necessarily comfortable doing. I was just
Right.
talking to your brother a little while before the show, and I was telling him how I learned how to ski. Okay.
I did that board in school.
I learned this like damn near, 40 years old. Shit, you understand what I'm saying?
Lucky you ain't break no bones.
Right, but it's just going outside your comfort zone. You're in a situation and you can just be like, nah, fuck that, that's the white people shit or whatever the case may
Right.
be. But I'm looking at it, I'm seeing little kids coming down the hill, I'm seeing fucking old motherfuckers. I said, you know what, I could do, like the competitor in me. I said I could do that, but in order to do it, I'm gonna have to attempt to do something I haven't necessarily done before, which puts you outside your comfort
How
zone.
many times did you
Right.
fall, James?
A few times, but not no disastrous fall.
You didn't.
Wipe out.
You ain't snowball, did you?
I didn't wipe. Nah, I didn't do nothing like that. I ain't hurt myself, but I went down a couple times But at the same time, by the end of the day,
You was skiing 190. He's like,
son, you think I'm bullshit? Like
No,
the white
that's how it
people was
go.
like, no way, this is no way this is your first time ever fucking skiing. Like, word to me, I never did this in my life. See, but I used to be nice on the motherfucking roller skates back in the day.
oh,
And I used to ice skate and shit.
I can ice skate. I can't
Yeah.
roller skate for shit.
I'm telling I used to be nice. Like in 5th, 6th grade back in the real roller skating days.
Yeah.
I was a roller skating ass nigga. Like tricks, all of that type of shit.
Damn,
And then,
I'm
like-
jealous. I was always jealous of people that I can ice skate. I can't roller skate. I can play lacrosse. I can't play basketball. Like and I don't like watermelon. Like all
Kind of nigga is you?
Just like my whole hood ghetto pass.
Yeah.
Not even
front.
when it's cubed up with the other fruits, like.
I can't front. I never was nice in basketball like that. Like I was a baseball and football dude. Like, but basketball for some reason, like just escaped me. Like I'd be good on certain days and then other days I'm horrible. Like you know what I mean? Like that's just was my basketball shit. So it wasn't like stereotypically every black nigga could play basketball.
Or
Right.
watermelon. Right.
Or
And I
like
was
watermelon.
Very athletic.
Or the flavor grape.
No, well, see now that I don't like. I don't like grape juice, but
I don't like-
I do love some watermelon. Although seedless watermelon is an abomination
Yeah, no.
against nature. First of all, any seedless thing. Let's talk about this. This is something that we just stumbled into. Seedless fucking foods is some Frankenstein shit, and they want you to be seedless. They want you to be seedless. Think about it. That's why they're giving you some seedless shit. What kind of fruit doesn't have a seed? How does it reproduce itself? How does it reproduce itself? That means this is genetically modified bullshit, because any real fruit is going to have a seed.
Sounds like that Monsanto playing.
Monsanto.
Monsanto.
Yes, it all ties into that type of shit, but it all ties into the
Oh, that sounds
science
cool.
of now you as a
Perhaps.
person. What do we call our children? Seeds.
Right.
What are they trying to do? They're trying to control birthing populations. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to control our seeds. They would rather it that you don't have the seed and that they grow the seed in a motherfucking test tube for you.
Right.
Just like they'll grow the watermelon for you. Just like they'll grow the grapes for you. But don't try to plant your own fucking shit.
Right.
And we're gonna make it so you can't plant any fucking grapes or any fucking watermelons because you don't have the seeds.
That's been the goal of every
To do
power
so.
structure, though. Most imperial power structures, like from time immemorial, have been trying to like control birth, resources.
That's why black women all over the world right now are just popping up with fibroids and shit.
Okay.
I never heard
Right, yeah,
the
yeah.
word fibroid in my mom's and my auntie's generation.
Listen, what do you think it does to you genetically to be eating a food that has no seeds? Like, what do you think it's doing to your cells? To be exactly, you don't know. You don't know. And we need to find out.
Yo,
But I'm telling you, it's doing something
It's
sinister.
funny you should say
Don't
that.
fuck with seedless shit.
We were actually just having a conversation in the studio about how they're making like how China's making like plastic rice and
a fake beef. Did you see that thing?
And making fake lettuce. Like did you see that?
I saw some shit where they had fake beef. It was like on a fucking roller or some shit.
I saw fake
And
lettuce.
It looked like they were cutting it almost like leather or some shit. Was crazy. You saw fake lettuce.
I saw fake lettuce. It's like they were pouring it into some liquid. Almost, it looked like pink pancake batter when they were pouring it in, and they pull it out, and it was, and I don't know if they how it got colored, but yeah, it's like fake lettuce.
What in the Frankenstein fuck are we
What was the
dealing with?
consistency?
So-
Did it have that look like lettuce? Like
It looked just like lettuce when it was done. I'm watching on YouTube, but
Right, when it's done.
when it was done, it looked just like it looked just like a head of lettuce. And apparently, these fake foods are being made in China and purposely being bought by the U.S. because they can't keep up with the
Jay, let me ask you a question.
with the rate of consumption.
Let me ask you a controversial question. Like, do you think there's any holy place where tech can meet food and sustenance and, enhance, let's say, the output or yield of what we consume? Or do you think food needs to be a complete traditional, measured way?
Listen, everything is about balance. Of course, technology can meet food. I mean, a garden hoe is technology. You understand what I'm saying?
Hydroponics.
It's all how far do you go with this shit? Like there are natural pesticides and shit like that. But why aren't these guys using them? Because, when it comes to businesses and these big corporations, well, that's probably more expensive, or, you know, Joe Blow, who has the chemical thing over here,
Chemists
you know,
do not
I
usually
promised
stutter.
him I was gonna use
It will
his
be very
shit.
awkward if
So
they-
da 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 da,
Mountains
and I
that
got
brush
money
the heavens
invested.
might
So
raise
so it
others.
become.
Crossing mountains will make travel easier for our units, as well as those of our foes.
You know, money over people's lives, people's health, that doesn't matter when it comes to making money. And this
It's
is
like-
part of my whole point of the society that we live in.
It's
They-
bad enough they're shooting up animals with the hormones. It's like now we gotta eat cloned hormoned
Right,
animals.
right.
It's like how then what's gonna be the next step after that?
We're about to go to break, but I just saw, like, in my timeline, I saw a deer that was riddled with tumors all over its body because it was eating, like, grass that had been sprayed. And I mean, this shit looks so fucking crazy. Like, you never seen a fucking deer like this. This shit had big ass tumors all over its body. And the motherfucker, and it still looked innocent in the eyes. It still looked like, what?
Wow.
What's going on?
But why you had to paint that image? I feel sad.
Yo, brother, you should feel sad. Cause that could be you. Like,
It is.
listen, that could be you. They want to fucking Frankenstein you, your food, your fucking, the world.
Who's that? Who's they? I love asking him who's they.
Who's they? The fucking, the powers that be.
The powers that be.
Socio-economic status quo, them.
Yeah, exactly. The corporation
P-
called,
PTB. We were calling PTB.
what's that?
Powers that be.
Powers that be. There you go.
PTB in them.
PTB in them. Okay? And they have a color too. You're not a being Godcast. We'll be back.
Oh, that's it? Gotta be more.
Hey, today is Wednesday, February 27th. Making today's math.
Wisdom God, all being born to born.
Say that again.
Wisdom God, all being born to born.
You know Digger loves being born to born, all being born to born. Wisdom is your wise words. God is your true self. And born is to bring into existence mentally as well as physically. Peace to the gods and earth. Welcome back to the Not a Million Godcast of Lord Jamar.
I'm Digger.
We got Fact Checker Rage in the house. What's goody?
Present.
Okay. We got a whole team in the motherfucking house right about now. We got Chinese Puff Daddy in the wings, just chilling. Yeah. So we back.
Word.
We talking about current events and things going on and
Yeah.
what's happening in the world, Digger.
Let's see. There was a really big exchange between Michael Rappaport and Meek Mill.
Oh man,
Um,
Michael Rappaport.
yeah.
Okay, who actually, the first time I met him, he comes up to us, who was at like the premiere for The Sopranos, he comes up to us and starts singing like an obscure Brand Nubian song first. Like not no single shit, this is some album shit.
Okay.
And
So he's listening.
Yo,
He's a fan.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's loving, oh, that's my shit, yo, I love Brand Nubian. And I'm just like, wow, this is, you know,
Mm.
it's homeboy for the movies and shit. So, whatever. Then he did his the Tribe Called Quest documentary. He actually interviewed us for that. He didn't make it. But they mentioned us.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, you know, as far as white boys go, he's cool with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But this shit he's talking about with Meek Mill is trash, and that's not even top 20 in Philly. I'm gonna have to disagree with him on that. And then we also have the pesky little problem of, you know, do white people even have the authority to even comment on shit like that within our culture?
Here we go, this racist
is that
shit.
their place? You know, for a lot of us, it's you know, we feel like, listen, just be happy to be here. Like, we're not saying you can't be a hip hop fan.
Until motherfucking white people tell your ass that same shit with their fucking shit, then you be like, oh, it's racist. You're being oppressed. Get the fuck out of here.
White people who feel like they're really down with this shit.
Racist ass bullshit, man.
They overstep their bounds. Yes, they overstep their bounds and don't realize. And they feel like they should be able to comment on this like any other hip hop fan. But that's not the case. And we wouldn't be able to do
Chicago's
it
the only one starving
in any other genre if we were put in that shit.
Goddamn, 55
Now,
extra food?
If Michael Rappaport, like, being that you say he, you know, he mentioned a song that the average, you know, casual listener fan wouldn't know.
Damn, maybe I need to start building some shit over here.
A critique from him, knowing that he's really listening and studying and analyzing this shit.
Would I appreciate a critique from him?
Mm-hmm. Like, if he came to you and was like, yo, as a hip-hop fan, I think you should, you know, rock with this producer, or you know,
absolutely. Like... I don't take critiques from people that don't even do music. Like, I mean, I might, you know, you can say what you want to say, but that doesn't mean I'm going to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take it seriously. Like, I have to respect you musically for you to even think you can give me any kind of music advice. That's just the type of person I am.
You with person? Now that just gave me a totally different train of thought process.
It depends what they're talking about. See, a lot of people, you know, they're Sunday morning quarterbacks and they're fucking, you know, armchair producers and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, they've never been in the studio, they've never produced a hit in their life. In their minds, they think they've studied enough. I've watched enough artists to know, I think I know what a hit is. And maybe they do, but for me, I'm about showing improvement. So I'm not just going on just somebody's theory, like some regular person's theory that hasn't, you know what I mean? Showed improved to me, you know. Like, if you were just some girl up here, like, I'm not gonna necessarily listen to your fucking rap.
So what
only because you've showed improved. So is why I even listen to you.
So what if the younger people took that mentality towards us? Like, you ain't topping the Billboard charts. You ain't going double platinum. Why should we listen to you?
Because we've showed improved that we know what we're doing. At least in our time musically, we at least showed improved that we have musical prowess. We've made more than one hit in our lifetimes. Like, we've done this shit. You know what I mean? You know, and we've lasted the test of time. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, you ain't gotta listen to me for nothing. But I'm just saying, I'm just telling you.
I did think it was interesting that he, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like our if you, whatever you do, like if you're an electrician, are you taking electrician advice from a fucking carpenter? No! Only from another electrician would you feel like, oh, That sounds like.
But there could be a carpentry trick within the world of carpentry that could be applied to the world of electrician that the electrician didn't think of.
Right, but that's probably rare, and I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying that. And if a motherfucker did come with some critique like that wasn't a musician, and it was so genius, I hope I'd be smart enough to recognize it. Right. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times, motherfuckers just be talking bullshit. You know what I mean? They just want to hear. No, they want you to hear their fucking ideas and hear them out.
I do think that every artist needs a second brain that's not necessarily an artist and that's not and not too close to the music to be able to think objectively for them. Just because of, and I'm not applying this to the Michael and Meek situation. I just think like in general, artists tend to, you know, surround themselves with like-minded artists, and you know, a certain production gets created, whereas they may not and it becomes almost like preaching to the choir, whereas sometimes there is that non-musical objective person that can stand back and say, look, you know, as your fan, it's not just being a fan, it's not just, you know, being a yes man to you. I think you need to do X, Y, and Z. I do think every artist needs that. Even the dopest, I do all my own shit. Like, I have one. You know what I mean? I have somebody like, okay, enough of that.
But it's probably somebody close to you that you respect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So respect still comes into shit. That's my point. Like, I'm not taking advice from anyone I don't respect.
Oh, of course not. First of all, if I don't respect you, you can't even talk to me about my shit.
Thank you. This is what I'm saying.
You can't talk to me.
This is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You definitely have to be in the circle of trust to open your mouth.
There are some non-musical people.
That's
but I respect these people.
Okay.
So actually, you could say something, but to go original to your original thing, could Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, getting back to them. I'm curious to know what
everybody doesn't mind hearing positive shit about them, of course.
I wonder because what I didn't get from the story is how the conversation even came up. Like, I don't know, was somebody just randomly asking Michael who his favorite rappers are, or what you think about this one, what you think about that one?
All we know is
because it seemed like it was just
it just started out of
the headline.
Well, first of all,
Michael Rappaport said Meek is trash. That's all. That's like the headline.
If you follow Michael Rappaport on IG, which I do.
So like one of my shits even needs power.
He's the type that'll just comment on some shit that he's thinking about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he does rants. Like, a lot of them, he does a lot of sports rants, like, fucking LeBron is fucking trash, and how dare he think he, you know, he's one of those type of guys. Like, that's part of his shtick as well.
Okay.
So
don't do that shit in hip hop.
Well, that's what I feel like some people are trying to say. Like, relax, bro. Like, you can't always go into every genre and be able to do that. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, fuck you. And, you know, like, it's cool, but.
And I think it depends on the person, too, because, you know, some people will tolerate it from, and I know I'm guilty of just having a conversation on Twitter in regard. I'm Lord Jamar on Twitter. We always joke about this because I'll get on the show and play devil's advocate to him, but I'm on Twitter.
She's kind of Lisa Rice when she gets here.
But really, bro? Condoleezza?
I don't know.
I'm like, damn.
I had to think of like a really
can I be
conservative black woman. I couldn't think of who's the one that runs with Kanye.
Oh God, Candace Owens.
Exactly.
No, I'm not.
Well, she's Candace Owens when she
I'm not
comes here.
defending Hitler. Jesus Christ, no. I love peace and Candace on here, but on Twitter I'm Lord Jamar. God damn it!
Proud to the peace.
Look, don't worry about what we feel about Cardi, Ariana. You ain't got no business talking about rap music in the first place. Like,
but
that is me.
How it only took me to the second fucking segment to notice that we both black and gold.
Oh shit, that's my uniform. Black and gold.
I mean, I'm just realizing.
Pull up any Rod Digger show,
That-
black and gold. You might get some black
I
and
got
white.
my
'cause I
black
do-
and gold, pump jump up to get beat down,
Yes.
brand new being hoodie from hoodie.com.
Black by popular demand. Power to the people.
Let's see,
Hey.
So you go to hoodg.com and
Get you some, you know
that.
what I mean?
You know what I mean? Get you some pump jump up, Dan Nubian, some lyrics matter, some John Digger,
Yeah.
some Sadat X,
Yeah.
and even another Philly MC,
Mm.
Cassie.
Word. Shouts
One
out
of the
Cass.
nicest Philly MCs. Actually, we were talking about on Vlad.
Someti-
Because when he said that he wasn't in the top 20, that made us think, well, hang on, what is our top Philly MC?
Right. That's spawned a whole nother conversation.
And I think we came with names like Definitely Beans,
Right.
Definitely Black Thought,
Right.
and
Cassidy.
Cassidy.
That was my
Economic
top
alliance.
three.
Okay, but then you gotta give Freeway,
Absolutely.
fucking Gilly the Kid,
Right.
Bahamadia,
Right.
the two hitters that we had on our, who's not as famous as these
RJ
guys,
Payne
but
and
RJ
Squabble.
Payne and Ash Squabble,
Petey Crack.
Petey Crack.
The great prophet Will Smith.
You know what?
Come on, man. You give it.
Listen,
Yo,
listen.
I want
I can't
y'all-
listen. I really enjoyed Will Smith as a child.
I want y'all
When
to
he
find
put
this
out
latest
Girls in the
freestyle
World
he
Ain't Nothing
did.
But Trouble, even though I didn't fully agree with that, I was like, why would he? Like, girls are fabulous. Why would he say that they're nothing but trouble? But I get what he's trying to say, but you know,
Damn, I
I
got
didn't
no
listen.
fucking power
to it,
here.
Thank goodness. 'Cause he goes, stay the
Yeah.
hell away. Like that song's a little suspect now that I think about it. But
I'm gonna beat you.
But anyway, no. He has some good shit. Like when, but it was for children. Though. You see what I'm saying? It just as Will Smith got older, it was just harder to take him seriously.
No, I mean,
And
hey,
it was
it was
just
full
better
blown
that he made his
Hollywood.
entrance into Hollywood and all of that.
Absolutely.
Fresh Prince.
I want you to listen to this latest freestyle he did. That shit, it's so many bars in that. Like I couldn't even. I was literally sitting there, jaw on the ground, like I couldn't even believe I was listening to.
She actually recommended
Will Smith
that I
bars.
listen to.
I'm like, I
a Will
want you
Smith
to listen to
freestyle.
this and come back next week, or well, when I'm next time we film, and tell me if you think he still got it. The queen of lyrics says, I think he can still light a motherfucker up if he
And
has to.
so Meek Mill was definitely in this list.
Oh
that
yeah,
we
he's.
were
I put him in
together.
I didn't put him in my
Is
top
there any
three.
other
I said top
MCs
5.
that we can think of? Because Philly has always has been nice, nasty.
Yo, he did something really genius with that "All My Friends Are Dead" song. And
That was a
and-
nice little song, but if I gotta talk about who are my top 20,
No. No, but I'm just, you know, I'm totally like, you know, just thinking off the beaten path right now. But I'm
I'll
still
pick Max's cheesesteak,
I'm still trying.
the cheesesteak itself.
I'm trying to
Before
figure out.
I pick Lil Uzi.
I'm
Vert.
trying to figure out if he did this or if he meant to make a whole ass triple entendre record on purpose or by accident. Because that "All My Friends Are Dead," like it's almost like a, you know, it's almost like a dog whistle for what's going on with that generation and everybody, you know, getting killed. It's another dog whistle for the suicide, you know, prevention community. But he's not even talking about death. He's talking about money, dead presidents. So I'm
Or
like,
so
damn.
he says, though.
So he says, but that's what I'm saying. Like, did he actually make a triple entendre mashup by accident or on purpose? Because that's some genius shit. And I don't think he meant to do that.
Probably not.
I'm sorry, I'm just, you know,
Probably not.
just curious. Shouts out Uzi.
I think when
He
he
retired,
made his
he's
little
retired.
suicidal song, he needed a way out. He needed an out that seemed more, you know, a better line. You see what I'm saying? Than saying, well, no, this song is about like depression and you know. my friends like to kill themselves. You know? So, no, it's about dead presidents. It's about money. But push me to the edge, all my friends are dead, like,
I mean, I don't know if it was, you
push
know,
them to the edge of what? Success?
if the song
You
was,
see? Yeah, maybe it is.
if the
fucking
song
genius.
was intentionally set up that way to have, you know, to have that many metaphoric undertones, or, you know, did he, you know, was it by accident or by design? Just curious.
Well, I mean,
Question of the day.
I think you'd have to
Let's question.
reflect on some of his other music and see,
Lose these
and see if
lyrical
it has
depth.
that level, those layers of intelligence, if that exists anywhere else in his body of music. And then
I cannot. I don't know the rest of this.
Cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there with that one. Shouts out to Philly.
So what else is going on? I heard this old fucking pilgrim looking motherfucker.
Who like a pilgrim?
Fucking looked like he came in on Plymouth Rock. Bernie Sanders, man.
Oh wow.
This
Yeah.
old ass nigga.
Bernie, he going at it again. You know what? I can't tell a lie. I was definitely more for him than for Hillary. You know, I don't know if
Listen, man.
I don't know if it says anything that, like, no, I like, you know, I did like his message.
All these motherfuckers is the same, man.
They
Let's
are.
not get fooled. Like
I
this
mean, I didn't say I was
motherfucker-
fool. I just said,
Yeah.
you know,
This motherfucker.
I prefer him over Hillary. I prefer Hillary over
This motherfucker
Trump.
Bernie Sanders talks all this slick shit, yet he voted against a bill that was basically supposed to like audit the IRS or audit the U.S. Treasury or something to that effect. I don't know if you can fact check that, Rage, but yeah. So to me, listen, you voting against some shit like that, you're down with these bankers and corporations, and you're not for the fucking people, and all of this shit is just fucking.
Do we have a
It sounds
viable
fucking good.
Democratic candidate yet?
Listen, this whole system is not viable, okay? And so we keep talking about, you know,
Voting for the
voting for
lesser.
unviable people in an
the
unviable
lesser.
system. And you're trying to make the bet. You're trying to appoint captains to a sinking ship. You know. And you're sticking holes in the shit, and you know. You need a new boat. How about that? You need a new boat, because you keep trying to scotch tape some shit that's been severely damaged with all your bullshit.
But we're on that boat.
Right.
So we have to, you know.
Learn to switch boats midstream. They say don't never switch a horse midstream. Sometimes you have to. A stunt motherfucker could do it. You train yourself.
Was that mid-stride you meant? Don't
Yeah,
switch your horse
mid-stride.
mid-stride.
Mid-stride. Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with
Because
you.
a stream is water.
I got
You're
it,
right.
I got
Thank you, digger.
Yeah.
You listening?
Yeah.
I was just testing you.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose. Yeah. But anyway.
So we don't have any viable Democratic candidates,
And we don't have a viable system. Now what?
and we don't have a viable system.
So what do we do?
Do we make a call to action to identify or pinpoint someone that we would like to see president?
What are they gonna do? Like, let's be real. What did everybody cry about Obama? Oh, he was unable to do this and that because he, his hands were tied and, Now we're back to, this is not the black, this is the money game. This is the government
But
game.
now, let me,
and
you
just
know what?
another thing real quick, I just
It's
want to
funny.
put out
I'm
there.
sorry, because you just made me think of something too. I know, because I'm one of those people that felt like Obama's hands were tied.
Mhm.
Now,
So what difference would it make? When you put somebody else in there,
now
their
what would
hands
the
gonna be
case-
tied too.
No.
Why? Because the system is fucked.
what would the case be if we had that same Democratic president with a Democratic House. We can't have a Democratic president.
Much different.
We did have a Democratic
We
House.
can't have
That's why they let him in the first place.
We can't have a Democratic president with a Republican House and a Republican Senate. Nothing we want is going to pass.
If you have the Democratic president with the Democratic House and all of that shit, it's still gonna be the same shit. This is what you don't understand. Like, we believe that these motherfuckers are really for us. Like,
I don't know. I don't believe anything about any of that, but I can't be oblivious to the fact that whatever I don't want to deal with over there doesn't indirectly or directly affect my life. So I have to care whether I want, whether I'm happy with any of it. Like, we can't be so, so off our shit that we don't acknowledge that, yeah, it still affects our lives whether we like it or not. So, either we're going to complain about the system and say we don't want anything to do with it, but watch our life still get torn to pieces.
I'm saying we need to be working towards creating a new system.
Right. So that's my
That's
question.
what we need
I
to be
mean, I
doing.
know we're not going to answer the question right now within this last 2 minutes. But I'm curious to know, are there any figureheads within our community that we would be comfortable, leading the charge?
Ask the people.
Beautiful black people, watchers of the United Men Godcast,
In the comments,
let us know, are there any persons out there, any of our black figureheads that you would like
all
to
them
see or
motherfuckers.
that you could see yourself rallying behind as the next president of the United States? Or even just the head of the black party that we're going to form, because fuck the Democrats and Republicans.
Hey,
You
I'm with
tell
that.
us. United Men Godcast.
peace.
Peace. Ooh, that was short. That was short. Tissue.
I just ran out of places to put shit.
Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event,
Yeah, I gotta
live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Where's my coal at? Oh, maxed out.
I make sure I reflect it on my kids, but it be hard sometimes with scheduling too, because time is everything. So sometimes when you know you ain't spending much time, you trying to buy out, but you ain't really trying to buy out. You just trying to do that because the time sometimes it be. But now I've been kind of learning to work through it. You know what I mean? And be able to fly my kids, because at one point it was at age they couldn't be just coming to me like that.
Now,
How was it
with
doing
your
the
older
photo
kids,
shoot with all four of them at once?
I actually had 3 photo shoots. I just posted the first rough draft, but we had 3
yeah,
photo
I admire
shoots.
that, boy. 'Cause I got pride. That's the toughest thing ever. Making all of them smile, all of them look straight.
And then you be working so hard, I'm trying to get it done. I'm not even really noticing. It's like 11, now it's 12 o'clock. So then I'm getting frustrated, but I gotta keep it in. I'm like, just calm down. We couldn't get it done. It's
And
too
Coach
late.
is the toughest one because she's the youngest, so she's hungry, she crying.
She hungry, she crying, she don't want to sit somewhere for a little minute. She not trying to sit down, period. Before she ain't even crawled. She still don't even want to sit down, so the whole time she just, and I'm in it, on the other side of the camera, my mama, Cardi mama, we trying to just do anything. It was tough, but we got out though.
You had changed your diapers offset?
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay, you
I'm big on that.
I said I've been doing that. Yeah.
Been doing
I've been doing that.
I'm
Yeah.
big on that. Like I enjoy it.
So even with the money and everything, if they say the grandma's there, the mama there, you like, nah, I got her.
Of course you got to, because you got to show. I feel like the moments be special too. Like you even changing your child's pamper, like that's a special moment between you and your child.
They would
Because
say
they know.
your kid pees on you when you're changing their diaper. That's a special moment.
I ain't never really had that happen to me.
Me neither. You put the pamper in front of the pee-pee so you don't get peed on. That's the trick. Now I was gonna ask with the 9-year-old. With the 9-year-old, you know, with so much talking about coaching, of course, because with Cardi, did he feel a certain way like, damn, they always talk about coaching, don't talk about me or talk about my sibling?
Nah, he ain't never. Nah. He's still a kid. I try to keep my kids kids. So that Instagram, I don't really let them rock out on it like that. You know what I mean? He plays sports. He good in basketball, baseball, and football. So he just be his TV and how it's structured. He can't even pull up nothing else because he's starting to get older. So I know how when I was starting getting out, I was starting to know little things. But no, it ain't never been no comparison. They be pressing me about seeing her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know we gotta put her on private planes because people we just don't want all that. I try to keep my kids. I don't want nobody. That's why I never moved to LA because I don't want cameras all in their face. Cause one time my oldest son was like, somebody said something to school. He like, my daddy got more money than you, your daddy. I beat him though. Like.
Oh, your son said that to another kid.
Yeah. And then he thinking, and then I was seeing how when he told me, and his teacher told me how he feeling like it's okay, so I had to whoop him for about that, and I'm like, cause I wanted him to be
Daddy,
regular.
you're telling the truth though.
Right.
Who was the daddy? Who was the other daddy?
I don't know. I keep him in public school though, so you know what I mean. It's a good area, so I keep him in public school. So I don't think the private school be right. I don't be knowing what private schools be doing in private school. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather keep him in public school, keep him rolling like keep him a kid.
Right.
But these kids be grown. They be knowing they wearing Gucci. I got Gucci on, and I don't be trying to do that with my kids. I want to just keep them as a kid.
But it's hard though because
you don't work hard. I'm like that. No, they ain't gonna work hard.
But it's hard though. His daddy is you. He got Quavo. He got Takeoff. You see all these rich people around him.
As his family man.
Y'all rap about stunting a lot, so it's kind of hard for him not to go stunt on other kids in school.
But it ain't right. Just cause you know what I mean. We ain't had it. I remember not having no clothes, and me and Quavo and Takeoff splitting clothes.
Yeah.
We had a different district we going to. So after that week, I'm giving you my week. You giving me your week. So I don't want my kid to be spoiled. That make me mad. Like, I don't like seeing kids do that.
So how do you make him earn his money? Does he? You gotta do some chores.
You got to clean up the house. You got to clean your room, and then I take away the game.
Yeah.
The game got these folks. Fortnite.
Are you the
I caught my son playing at 6 a.m., but I know he was playing the night before, like 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Night before, just up.
They serious.
Eyes red. I'm like, man, go to sleep, man.
You play PC or Xbox? PC yet?
PC.
PC is expensive as hell. That is expensive, but my son is on it all the damn time.
And then I didn't even know it was like, I didn't know live, like when you be on live, you playing all type, like 70, 100 people in different countries.
Older people, younger people.
Oh, they talking on the headset.
They talking
crazy on the headset. And I ain't want to be like, man, be taking that away, because I don't want to be lame that either, you know what I mean?
Still got to be fun.
Right.
Still got to be fun.
Is it hard having more than one baby mama?
At times. But not at this point, nah. You know what I mean? At first, you got to learn who each person is, you know what I mean? And you got to be on some. I just feel like they beef with you more when you ain't doing. You gotta keep it about the kids. Be honest, you can't be.
Right.
Getting tired of that. It's about the kids, yeah. This what you need to provide. This will provide schooling. I'm gonna provide housing. I'm gonna provide transportation, but you provide your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that everybody, you know, everything good for the kids. I want my kids in good housing. I can't be like, this one can't. Everybody has to have a nice place, a nice school district.
See, I like that, because if the moms are happy and comfortable, it makes the kids happy and comfortable, because they're the ones that have to help make sure that the kids are good.
And kids are smart, so they'll wonder like, why not?
Dad live here and I live here.
Or if I live why my sister live like this, I keep everything balanced. Because I want them to be kids.
Right.
Kids be growing, they be knowing what's going on off the rip.
So all the baby mamas gotta have a Bentley truck.
No. We all gotta just be having good transportation, good area to stay in with a good school district.
You know, you were very honest about where you were at in your life when you had your kids. You know, you talk about on Lick, about what you had to do in order to provide for your firstborn son,
Right.
which was very difficult. And then you even talk about your daughter and not even knowing for sure if that was your daughter at first, if that was really your child.
Yeah, that was like one of the hardest moments of my life, to be honest. If I can be honest, you know what I'm saying? Cause I found out I was hearing I have a kid, but she got to my mama on Facebook, and then when I see her, the kid, I know it's me. You know what I mean? But she 5 months, I don't even know this. I don't know my mama. I know I seen her one time. I ain't know what state, and it was a hard thing to do because it's like I know this my daughter. This my first daughter. But I got this one. I had my other two. It was hard for me personally. But I had to step up, you know what I mean? And I was holding it in for so long. You know, you famous, you try to keep.
How long did that take though to take it? I mean, it gotta be difficult. You don't know the woman. You're not sure. You got your other 2 kids.
Nothing wrong with making sure though. In your position.
No, for sure.
Yeah, definitely make sure. But then step up and take care of your responsibilities of A, making sure, and then B, making sure that you're providing.
Before you make sure too, it's just like I knew. So then it's like, dang, I feel crazy because I do for my kids, but then I still feel crazy because this is just a weird situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't. She's so beautiful. I couldn't do it like that. Really try to be the invisible and just I couldn't do that. I just had to man up.
And what was
that? What happened on the road though? Did the condom break or was you ain't just rawing randoms on the road, did you?
He said this was his first one. Yeah, it might have been.
No. I wasn't doing no clown nothing like that. It's just she still gotta grow up and see this, you know what I mean? So I don't wanna make it look like my daughter knows. You know what I mean? No, nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Y'all got a relationship now, you and the baby mama though, right?
Everything copacetic. Yeah, with all my kids, I never respect.
What was the decision to finally open the world up to culture? Because people were trying to see pictures for. As soon as y'all had it, what was it like?
The first time we saw it was exact on the cover of your album.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
What was that decision?
Was it the first time?
Yeah. Cardi posted a pic last year, I think.
No, I don't remember that picture.
Yes, she did.
No, she did. I don't remember.
It was on the cover of the album first, man. The thing is, you know, people got so much to say, and this and that to say, you know. It's our daughter, you know, first you gotta protect it and check the temperature, see what's going on first. She still like, we still will probably not be just posting her all the time. Cause it's our kid, you gotta keep something private, man. You know what I'm saying? And then like, she can't go to places people know. It's just scary too at the same time, cause people be tripping out here.
You probably don't even want to hire a nanny because you don't even trust hiring somebody.
It's just strictly parents. My mama. Strictly parents, man.
How do you figure out how much is too much to give her your personal life?
I don't feel like it's never too much when you starting to grow. And you being a grown man, you know what I mean? Because grown men talk about their issues they face just first. And then after you roll out, and it's okay to say you messed up, you know what I mean?
That's what's good. I think the human part of it, of you admitting the situation with your firstborn daughter and just saying how at first you didn't really want to believe this and how you had to come to accept it, but so many people have been in that position, and maybe it will encourage people to be better about stepping up and handling their responsibilities no matter what the circumstances were.
Just face it like a man. I had went through it with my kids. That's, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta be able to say, because they love you regardless. And so when I made that song, I just felt relief, honestly, because I had never been there. People ain't really know that. Some of my partners ain't know that. Like, things I was just keeping in, but I felt like this album gotta be different because I'm grown. I mean, I'm doing real grown man things. I can't keep talking about these diamonds and these cars, and I can't, because I go through real life all the time. You know what I mean? And then the people we got influence on, they looking like, I know they getting tired of just hearing something they don't have. You gotta have something. I was trying to put mood music on there, because it was going through, that's why I was taking my time, pushing back, taking my time. Because I wanted to be able to control the content, because I feel like content, music coming back around. All the swag and all that, that's when you go out the door.
Now with your baby mothers, now of course they're gonna start dating if they're not dating already. He looked at me like, they want to start dating. So what's the conversation with them dating
He's like,
now?
no, I didn't.
What's the conversation with them dating now? Do you have that conversation?
Why does he care?
No, I mean, because your
I'm
kids
married,
here.
so
Your kids are around now. 'Cause
I'm
you
married.
kids
How
around
do
the
you
kids.
That's a great answer, my nigga. Tell him that again. Nigga, I'm married. I don't give a damn what they doing.
For real. I'm married.
What kind of question?
I'm gonna make sure my kids straight, regardless.
Now your youngest son raps already, you said, and he wants to be a rapper. Are you gonna put him on some music?
Nah, I'm letting him be a kid. I'm gonna let him practice his craft. But like, you gonna have to be I'm not finna just push you no studio right now. It's a grown man business and it's a grown man life. And I just feel like every child that's ever been put in that position, when they grow up, people don't grow up with them. Started last stay 35. Like, they be drawn out by then, be too much going on.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear
Is
that.
he good,
I want
though?
to
Is
be
he good
kids.
yet?
I want him to, I want to have it in your head what you want to do for sure, because that's great that you already have what you want to do, but you can't just get that, because for him, your dad is a rapper, so that's just the thing to do, like, I said, let's try get your education first. I got to keep that first, because he's so young, but he's so hip to it. He got to watch me on YouTube. If you see an iPad, if you see a phone, he got to pull me up.
He said he screaming when you don't play me in the car.
Yeah, he screams. He don't play my music in the car. With his grandmama, or whoever, they ain't trying to hear me, but he be making them put me on. Cause I don't know. It's just I do know. He was while I was doing it, I was happy. When I had Cody, I was in entertainment. So I feel like he was just around it so much. And then he just raps, like he be rapping like in the mirror, like but not talking. But I could tell like it's rhyming with whatever noise he making is rhyming. So he a fool. He be going by himself.
Is that one of the reasons you decided to take a more mature approach with this album, because you know your kids is listening?
Yeah, man. Also, I just feel like in music right now, it's too much drug talking, like using the drugs, and like it's just the same rotation. I don't after a while.
From Stettin in the
everybody gonna be
Baltic
like,
to Trieste in
I don't
the
want to be in no
Adriatic.
category like everybody thought. I know how they thought I was coming. Trap, jumping with my features. You can't tell how, because with my features I had I had great features this year, but I already had this in the make because I got a vision. I got a story for real. And my story is a good story, so I should let the world know what's happening, like what's going on with me. I've been in jail 13 times.
Yeah.
I've been facing 10 years before.
Now we see you talk about the lean on that album too, that you used to use lean a lot. Now, have you done with all the drug use at all?
Right now I'm cleaning it up right now, cause I just know on lean I ain't gonna make $100 million. I want $100 million. I mean, I don't want to be
rock
right now. And if I ain't got no clear mind, you know what I'm saying? You can't really work for real. It's like you a whole nother person, no matter what you doing. And then you think you're not. It's just growing up. Like I know sometimes when I was going heavy, I be still going a little. And then people talk to me. I hate when people tell me anything like about myself. And then I be like, and I was sitting back like, man, they tripping at first for like 2 years. And I'm like, man. Then I was just starting to learn like, what is it doing for me? What I'm doing for somebody else's kid when they look at me, you know what I mean? What I'm doing for my kids when they looking at me. And they see everything. No matter how, if you got it in the cup, your cup. I know how my kids is. My son asked me like, Dad, what you drinking? I want some juice. Like they own me. Like own me. In my house, I can't even walk nowhere around. They own me running. Daddy. So I'm just maturing, bro. I'm going through a little thing. I'm married now.
And Cardi had issues with that too, right? Did she tell you like you gotta chill out on that, or you can't come back in the house?
Nah, she ain't do it like that. You know what I mean? She just, you know, they jab at you. You know what you think about? She don't be pressing. She talk. She talk to me, but you know, with your significant other, you know what they saying. Might not just be saying it. But she don't want to just say it. You don't want to make nobody feel crazy. You did it today? Stop doing that. Leave it alone. I like you when you. And then you notice. Certain things you do, if you don't change it, you lose people around you. And you make poor decisions. Poor decisions come from that instant decisions, because you're not you. And I ain't trying to do that no more. I did.
One of the reoccurring themes on your album, you talk about not wanting to have money just for yourself, because that's selfish. You need to leave it for your kids.
Exactly.
So all these lifestyle changes is for that.
I'm kicking the door, breaking the house, because it wasn't no leftover money from the family, ever. It was never no money. I don't never want to take my kids through that. How my kids gonna be doing anything? Trying to, like, they're struggling, and I'm like this, and I got all these cars, and I got all this shit, and I'm a star. And I'm seeing it earlier. A lot of cats, bro, I looked up to, I got more money than them right now. And that's because I'm hotter. And it need to be another reason, like, I be seeing, like, I seen Juice J, Nas, I be reading and watching, like, I put this money up, put this money right here, put this money right here, then me and Cardi got to buy a house in Atlanta off your video. Like we were just talking about, we need to start doing this. It's a different respect. It's like walking in a room with a tech on your wrist that's plain with some people. Certain people gonna know you got.
Right.
It's just it's something to do. It's the thing to do. You gotta stop blowing your money. Rappers, you got to stop blowing the money.
It's funny. It's crazy hearing that from y'all, because there is no bigger rap stars than QC. Like, y'all really are the old school Cash Money.
For sure.
No Limit 80s, 90s, iced out, Jurassic Party type rappers. So to
Right.
hear y'all say that is like, wow.
But that's dope, because they still invest. Like, you know, Lil Baby came up here talking about investing. Cardi hit me one time about investing in Jersey, investing in Atlanta. And that's what I like to see. And the fact when I talk to you out there, you like, yeah, I'm on that. You know what I mean? And that's that wealth that you can say, yeah, this is for y'all.
Exactly.
You paid off that every month until y'all give it to y'all kids and y'all kids' kids. And that's what it should be about.
And you look at me different, like, yeah, man, I'm owning business, I'm having houses, trying to get apartment complex in Atlanta right now. Cause I ain't know, like condos, it's a little, it ain't nothing but a little Benz. Where I'm from, in Atlanta, where I'm from, they're 230,000, 250,000. All these condos you paying $3,500 a month. The leasing, you can own them. 260,000. Where I'm from, that's cars. So then one of my good friends, Lowe's like, hey, start, cause I used to gamble and win a lot. So he like, look, bro, you need to start gambling with the properties, bro. You need to start gambling with you gotta start buying cars, bro. You need to start buying this. Then me and P talked. And I found out, I know 200 something. Oh no, let me go get 5 of them, because now that $1 million ain't the depreciating $1 million. Know what I mean? You gotta be able to play up. I done had my fun, I done got my cars now. I done got my jewelry out of the way. I mean, I still might grab a little piece of something, making money. But still, I know I got some foundation, but I gotta have way more, because I wanna have the same money I'm making right now. I wanna make more than that off the investment.
Like I tell a lot of athletes hit me up and artists and stuff, and what I tell them is, as long as it's under market value, you'll always be good. But if you buy, let's say, a complex in Atlanta, let's say it might be $1 million, that rent roll, you just use that to play. You use that to buy your cars and your jewelry. And that's just taking care of your little side thing. Everything else is just profit you put in the bank, or you invest in more things. I got a complex that just pays my fund. That handles my cars, my jewelry, my wife's shit. I ain't gotta touch that. That's that condo. Everything else is something different. You know what I mean? And you just do that. And as long as you keep that mind frame, you'll be good. I'm happy to hear you say that, though, man.
And Cash just be talking, though. I mean, and I got a strong mom. My mom be pressing me out, like, hey, you know what? Biz. All right, man, go get it. Go get it.
That's what it is, man.
Got to.
You know how I know you an ATL hip-hop historian, too? Because you got Big Rube on you.
Big Rube.
What made you go grab Big Rube?
You know, he dad's your family. I know I grew up listening to all that, and then there was our stars, like, you know, New York, y'all had y'all time. And they was in that time with y'all. During that time, it wasn't easy. Yeah. So, but we in New York, so you know what I mean? But legends, that's why I went and got to see them. I gotta do it for my city too, like the heart of my city, the heart of Atlanta. I gotta do it for that. I got to. And then they some legends. Then I called Big Blue on. Hey, out the blue, I was in LA. Man, you get out to LA? He got out of the plane. He sat in there with me for about 12 hours.
Hi, Felicia.
He pulled up on me now at QC, and he did his verse in 30 minutes. He ain't writing nothing.
All that, the singing part, all that.
Everything. Then at the end, when he sound like quiet and sound like a female, that's him. He had no auto-tune on. I ain't never seen no artist do vocals, even singers. I've never seen no artist do vocals without no tune. He had no auto-tune on that. And his voice, he sound like 5 different people. And then sometimes, the reason why I don't be trying to have a lot of features and get a lot of people, Cause I feel like sometimes they don't really listen to the song, or they probably just hear what you say and try to go with that. Like that was a real song, and he put. I just gave it to him. Like, listen, I want you to get on this, put some vocals, go crazy. He did all that, and he showed me, he did his research, he paid attention to what happened to me throughout this year, things that's going on. He talked about the topic of the song, and so it's an art now. Now it's not just a rap song. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of the finest moments of my career, cause I was happy to ask him, like, hey, I just shouted like, hey, I want you on the record. Like, I got you on blood, you know, a legend like him. I be feeling like they take their time with records. They might don't pull up and do the records. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do that, give them that little breezeway. But Shouter pulled right up. He like, where you at? I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm in Miami right now, boy. So I'm done, cause I wanna do it in the studio with you. You know, I'm real with it, man. Just let you know, I get in there. I'm like, cool. And then we did it at QC. And it was a magic one. When I heard his part, I just walked out the room. He came back and got me. Go check this out. Crazy.
You think ATL gets the credit it deserves as far as hip hop is concerned? Because if they not right there with they either right there with New York or they might even have surpassed it in a way.
I feel like we've been surpassed.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We've been surpassed. You got to pass the torch. Everything. Every coast gonna have that time. The West Coast had it. Y'all had it. We got it right now. The South is here. But Atlanta, I feel like we at a strong point. We be on them charts. My city be on them charts. But that city right now is like Miami, New York, and LA in one city. Because everybody coming out, all they doing all the movies there. So it's like Black Hollywood, that's what we call it.
Atlanta has surpassed New York right now. Absolutely, hands down. Without a question, without doubt.
You from here.
No,
You look like how your hood game is though. You look like you in Atlanta.
Oh, I love Atlanta.
I know you.
I love Atlanta. I pop in and out. I love Atlanta.
I know you killing you killing this out here though. Cause I don't even be seeing cars. I'm like, dang, you can't. That's why I ain't ever want to move here. You can't drive. I feel like you can't drive until I start seeing Jersey. Until I start seeing
Jersey.
Yeah,
I live in Brooklyn. I'm never gonna be, doing all that. It's not even worth it. There's nowhere to even park. You gotta park on the street. You gotta parallel park. You gotta find a parking spot. Sometimes you gotta walk 3 blocks to get to your house.
That's crazy.
I'm in Jersey.
You said you would never move here. Now, how does the wife feel about that? Is she a native New Yorker?
She still got her situation.
Yeah.
Okay, they still got property here now.
Yeah. So.
They move around.
They still got property.
It be too cold up here, man.
Yeah, you won't even take your coat off.
It's different now. It's too cold.
Do anything for clout. Your generation likes to focus on everything but talent. So is it hard for you not to get caught up in that?
Sometimes I ain't got no business talking. I can say that. I can admit that. Sometimes I don't got no business talking. Putting something in my computer, putting my piece of my things and say the same thing. But they be coming at you. Social media come at you like some punches.
But that might not be for clout. That's just you responding or reacting.
But then people look at it as clout too, though. You know what I mean? It's gonna always be looked at as clout. I'm not doing anything for clout. I'm established, so I don't need to do it.
You felt social media was trying to come at you and ruin your relationship at one time.
For sure.
They were going there. We were Charlamagne and I, you and I, we had your back.
For sure.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
You just hope that things make your
I just want people to be realistic. Like,
no, we had your back.
We just want things to make your relationship stronger.
I'm wrong. Like, I did something that's wrong. But bro, don't kill me.
Me and your guy been there.
So we know. Allow my folks, allow me and my people to work this out. Cause now it's serious. It's not no game. It's not no. You know what I'm saying?
This is
an issue that needs to be.
But it's also a private situation, and I like for the fact that for women, I think that it is important to acknowledge a woman's real feelings and hurt that a woman might have. Sometimes people are like, oh, just take them back, but it is a process. It is you proving that you've messed up, that you've changed.
No, they won't say that. They won't say take it back. They was trying to. But that's how I know she loved me and give me my space and my peace. She loved me. I mean, they weren't trying to.
No, they wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
That quick. From the shoot from the to goals to off the rip, just off a mistake, man. Like, and people be around here making mistakes all the time. All the time. You run into the same wall sometimes, bro. And then I'm new to this. I'm new to being married. I was 26, man. I'm 27, I'm in the prime. After having number one, after having the best year of my 2017 was the best year for my career, for my group, everything. So, you know what I mean? You gotta learn, like, it's not no game. It ain't no game. It's a family thing. You can lose it, you can keep it.
You did what was right, in my opinion. You fought and you did what you had to do.
Yeah, that was down with nobody said.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Everybody was giving you flack when you came out on stage with the cake and everything.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't give it down. I love my girl.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Y'all, whatever it takes, bro.
I called my wife on air, live. Fellow ain't gas me up for that one, but I
Yes,
called her
he did.
live on air.
It's a real boy. It's a real boy.
Right?
Live.
Live.
Hey, baby.
I love you. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
I
For
miss
real.
I'm
Cause,
back, but hey, it got me
cause
back
bro,
to
it's
us.
lonely in this.
It worked for
17
Emmy.
years.
For Charlamagne, it was for clout.
What you mean for
There's
clout?
great ratings for us.
Nah, I think, you know, he was coming in here sick every day. He was coming in here sick
I didn't think
every
Emmy
day.
was gonna make it.
I didn't know what was wrong.
He
with
was
him.
about to
What
quit
hell
the
wrong with
job.
you? And then I was like, yo, whatever you got going on, you need to let everybody know. And then he said that, and I'm like, oh shit, that got real. I didn't know
You know
was
that
gonna do
feeling when your wife...
Sometimes letting everybody know, like, bro, if you letting yourself know, cause you gotta be a man, like I said with the album, like you gotta step forward and face what it is you gotta face. It is what it is. Everybody can go against you. It ain't about that. It's real. It's just love. You can't find that right now. Right now, I'll never find a girl to love you. Ever.
That's real. Because they know Offset.
Love you for
You know
that's
Offset
right.
for the
Exactly.
money and all that, everything else.
Exactly. You'll never get that feeling. I don't never want to lose that feeling. Love is a beautiful thing. Niggas try to be cool and act like, bro, we get hurt too, bro.
Damn right.
Damn right.
And we can say it, bro. It's okay, dog. It's okay, bro.
And that's the mother of your child. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So it ain't
It's my
like you
wife,
just hurting her, you hurting the
And it's
whole
done.
family.
See, I'm very
That's your
spiritual.
wife.
I'm very spiritual too. This is done the right way. I got married and had a child. So for my religion, my Christianity, it's a beautiful thing, bro. I can't mess it up. It's a
You made
beautiful
vows.
thing. It's vows.
Yeah.
Permanent. It's for life.
Was there ever a time when you felt like, you know, let me fall back and give her space? I ain't gonna say nothing on the gram. I ain't gonna come out of her show. I'm just gonna let her
See,
go
when
through
man
it.
just say something on the ground,
Yeah.
I was pressing up. I wasn't giving no space.
No space. See, people say you gotta get space.
Well, you ain't giving no. Why give your girl some space? Who?
Space to go win.
Who?
I'm with you. Where you
Cause, bro, I lose it all. I lose her. I'm telling you early, like, who? Shit. Who? I'm pressing, pulling up.
But it's
All that. Okay. I'm pressing. I'm pulling up.
As you should. I agree with you.
I'm pulling up, man.
They said if you love something, let it go. If it come back to you, it's yours. So you did that. It came
Nah,
back.
you don't let it go.
Nah, don't let it go.
Nope. Might don't come back. You keep fighting, yeah? Might don't come back, man. That thing might don't come back, man.
You was
real, man.
You was scared that you was gonna lose something?
For sure. Yeah. It's done.
Yeah.
So never
From all these
again.
people,
Never
from my
again.
family, my family, I mean, yeah.
Never again. You good now. Everything.
Man, you
is-
gotta keep
You
it.
learned
Yeah,
the lesson.
man, you gotta go through steps and different things. Look, man, not on TV though, real behind the scenes.
That's
Get
dope.
to know each other, you know what I mean? Get to know who you with. And appreciate it all the way around. Cause that one mistake.
Yeah, because you can't say sorry but so much. That's apology is change
Exactly.
behavior.
Exactly.
So y'all did the marriage counseling and all that?
Working through it.
That's
Gotta
dope.
work. Gotta keep, don't stop. I don't keep going. We young, man.
Are you guys doing an album together?
I would want that to happen after her. I just want her to get her off. You know what I mean? She got her Grammy this year. She need to do another Grammy nominated album. You know what I mean? She's still new. I want to have a long career. I want to be self-like. I feel like I can see. So I got my layout. She need to have her layout. And then when we do it, it'd be 10 times bigger. Make sure when we do it, it'd be the right way. If we ever do it. But we know how it's gonna go. We're gonna whip that in the kitchen.
I also talk about you. This is how you've grown, right? Because you talk about your grandmother on the album, you're missing her. You talk about your old life for Robin. Did you do some type of therapy or something like to deal with the trauma you may have?
Yeah, you know what therapy I went through?
What?
Jail. For real. For real. That saved my life. I can say that. I can be one of the guys that say that. 'Cause it made me like, wow. I've been really, like, a lot of these cats, bro, especially in music, bro, they be like trying to be locked up or trying to Bro, I had these a judge in my face like, hey, I see you again, I'm gonna give you 10 years. KRC, ain't no offset. And I've been, last time I had that last arrest when I was in the States, bro, I did nothing. I was with my security and caught a charge related to a firearm banging with my security. I sat in jail 8 months and was not getting no bond for no reason. So that just made me focus all the way down. Like, when I get out, bro, I'm never doing this no more. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn myself into a monster with music. Right. And I did that. As soon as I got out, I had bang, Bad News, boom, #1 record. Ever since then, I've been going, and I choose and pick what records I do. I want to stay in my genre, because my genre is hot. This is the biggest genre right now, hip-hop. I don't need to be doing all the pop records, and I feel like that water you down, and that burn you out. And then I get a chance to, at this solo project, show what I'm working with. I'm not gonna come with what I've been coming with. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come with the truth. And I hope you take it in. Because I was kind of scared putting records out like that. You know what I mean? Being judged as a father is a sensitive thing. I done broke down about that. Like, I know I've been locked up. I went there for this shit. That done got too emotional. So putting a song out like that, you know, they quit to call you
the
dead.
weather killed him.
You know what I mean? But the response was respected because I'm asking for an apology. Like, let me fix it now. A lot of times we run away from the problem forever. Keep running. Keep digging.
Even with your temper, back in the day, it seemed like you would always get in a fight. Like, how did you calm that down?
Temper. It ain't working. I'm gonna lose. I start seeing.
Too much to lose.
I just start seeing like the odds is like.
People want to try to piss you off so they can get a payout.
People want to try you, bro, and put you in the trap and put you. This type game, it ain't no point of being tough. What you being tough and you rapping for, you making millions, bro. Because the man who making millions and he building corporate building, he's not trying to have no gun on him. He's not trying to fight. He old, bro. I'm sorry. And then, now I be seeing the artists, bro. Stop fake kicking it, bro. It's not cool to be, bro. A lot of these hustlers and gangsters, bro. They in bad situations, and it's a part of their life. Period. Why would you get the millions and go back to that? Post a gun. I never understood why you would post a gun, bro. Is you crazy? Well, I'm from the tight folks I grew up with, old heads I grew up with. That ain't never been cool. And then now it's cool. And then now it's cool to say you did something, didn't do it. Niggas, man, somebody say exactly what they did in a song and you did in real life and you ain't never been caught for it. Is you crazy, bro? Like, even on lick, I had to be strategic. You gotta be strategic, like, cause I'm not trying to give you the message. I'm giving you the message of why and why I was doing that. Folks be trying to get a message like that. Really, what's up? Like, why that's what's up to do? No, man. I don't know. I'm just growing up, man. I done been through the real. I ain't been through the little fake. I done been through the real. Like, stop, hurdle. It's gonna take you months to get past this. I done been through times where I can't get no deals cause I'm the Migo that got all the charges. Opportunities been closed. You know what I'm saying? So now you got no time and everything offset because you already got something pulling you back. That's how my life been my whole life though.
He was here 30 minutes early, by the way.
He wasn't an hour early.
I think they gave him an earlier time.
Yeah, he was an hour early.
No, I'm on my business too.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see?
So when you get in a little beefs with people, right? Like say Chris Brown or whoever, do you ever think you would really throw it away for social media?
I don't even want to talk about that because it's like, bro, you know what I mean? I stepped out of I apologize to my fans, my fault. Who I am, I ain't even supposed to be replying. I ain't even supposed to be replying. It's my fault. You know what I mean? Going on shouting shit, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I've been through the real. I ain't even want to speak on it, but I don't let like playing and that I've been shot at for real, dog. My partner been killed in the hotel and I was on the news, it's all set for real. R.I.P. Paris Brown, killed, murder. Seeing my free count on the I'm holding me, telling me don't let me die, bro. And he died in the hospital. I've been through real life. So I ain't gonna let nobody, period. The disrespect is hard to to tolerate from where my background. I was taught to adjust disrespect and handle disrespect. But I be seeing who I am sometimes. You just keep it real, like, damn. Cause it can go so left field, and when it go left field, ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
He did this. Ain't nobody really, these folks ain't been through the real. You gotta know yourself, you gotta weigh yourself out like, Cause at the end of the day, my people you don't get no stripes for that. I'm not trying to get stripes. I'm trying to get money. Right. I'm trying to have my family together. I got these kids, bro. I'm trying to shake. I'm shaking lean. I'm shaking all the distractions. I get the picture because I really done bumped my head 1,000 times. I got cuts in my head. How many times I done bumped my head? Then I crash. Everything, a lot of stuff happened to me after I still get clean money and still doing things. That's just God be talking to me like this. You still ain't right. You still ain't right. And I was taught right, you know what I mean? So I gotta do that. And my kids, I'm such an influence to all these kids. My kids, all these kids. I put a mask on, they put a mask on. I do something, whatever I'm doing, I reflect good, because I done did the bad. I've been that person. This ain't no fake, this ain't no cap. I got 16 more shots. This ain't fake, bro. I've been arrested for gang activity. I've been arrested for all these bad charges. I have charges, bro. Pistol charges. Ags, I have charges that could take me a life. I got a brother doing 15 years. My brother caught 15 years and he was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's still in there right now. He got like 2 more years. Still. It's been 13 years. So I know what the streets can do for me. Nothing. Kill my partner. I got dead homies. They dead. I've been locked up so many times. I can still get a chance. That's why I just believe God so hard. Bro, I've been arrested for life. And it's hard to get it past you. I was a kid, and it's still like, my grown up life. People still make decisions on it. I remember when I've been trying to do stuff so much to change the Google search. When you used to Google search me, it'll pop up with the bad. Run the business right away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I've been judged so my whole life. I want people to I need the good judgment now. It's just time for the good judgment.
Holler at me. I got some people that can clean that up for you. Clean up your Google search. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
It's clean now.
I
did some righteous things. I didn't clean it up. You gotta clean yourself up.
You think rappers in Atlanta are being targeted right now?
For sure. For sure, yeah, because it's getting overboard, man. These black boys got all this money. These folks got a lot of money. It's like it comes with the territory. But we doing a good thing, but we gotta stay out the way of these folks, man. You got people. They want to bring you down when you're doing good.
For old stuff y'all used to, they don't remember y'all as the rappers. They remember y'all as the street niggas.
That be like that. I'm gonna tell you where that come from though. That come from going to where you actually from. See, I know where I'm from. They been calling me Offset before Offset. So I'm not finna go over there with my car, my Lambo, my Ferrari. I'm not finna go over there. So they like, well, that's Offset. You should be. I'm not gonna play myself like that. I dip in, low key, I have a driver. I'm not having nothing on me, I go see my folks. But you get caught up in being where you from, and you get treated like the same little young criminal. Because now you got more money than a cop that's been chasing you, and they know your mama and know you know where you stay and everything. Now you successful, they can't even believe it. They can't believe it because your family can't even believe it. Your family be doing stuff to be like, can't even believe it. And it make you a target, you can't. It's like, I don't want to say don't go back to your hood, but it's like, bro, you gotta know how to play the game. You gotta know, because they gonna target you. Because if I know you for one thing, I know you for that for life.
You shouldn't have to, but see, I also love the fact that inspiration that you give them kids when you come back to the hood and you say, I did this way. And I ain't have to sell, you don't gotta sell drugs no more.
Exactly.
You ain't gotta do this anymore. This is how I got out and now I'm doing this. That's what I like.
But all the cops still looking at you like you a drug dealer. They're like, ain't no way he making all this money off rap.
See, you gotta think, I'm still, it ain't been that long.
Yeah.
So I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like the song "How Did I Get Here," where people doubted you for so long and feel like you wasn't supposed to be where you're at right now.
Right. That it's like judgment. I hate judgment, bro. I don't judge nobody. Cause it's a perspective of what somebody think and the truth. It's crazy. Everybody's just thinking I'm just this. You don't even know me, and I've been in the light 6 years, 7 years. You don't know who I am? That's crazy, so I'm gonna let you know.
And that's what this album is about.
That's what the album is about.
Are you scared of your karma?
No.
For the old things you might have done?
I didn't pay for it.
Yeah. He said he had a rough year.
16 mugshot.
I didn't pay for it. And I didn't have to pay, and I didn't understand. I was asking God that last time, like, how do you know I ain't did this? But it was eye-opening, like, listen, what you gonna do, man? Kind of just switch up the whole I ain't playing. Just growing up. Glad I can grow up. I ain't had nothing. Then you gotta think, man, I jumped straight to it though. Versace these folk been doing so I get straight out. I was looking all on stage and everything. Like, I jumped straight out. I ain't never really had a time. And that's when we was super grinding. So we doing every little show.
Every little club.
It was a point where they didn't know it was Three Migos.
Man, it was a point that
They used to come up here without Offset all the time. It would be like,
just take off and quit.
me and P had to have that, just have talks and just talk to each other, just learn each other, know each other. We didn't even know. He had been out trying to help me get out and paying love fees and never even knew.
We now have the ability to build a space.
I got out and it was just
if
running.
we further
Boom,
our
boom,
research,
he was running.
we may
I
be
remember
able to
coming in the
unlock the
interview like,
mysteries of the stars.
When you launch a rocket, you're not really flying that rocket.
I used to, if you
You're
notice,
just
I
sort of
never would
hanging
talk.
on.
Cause I ain't get used to it at first.
Hey, nobody believes us, but it was a point where Takeoff was the most talkative person out of all the Migos. It don't seem like that now, but it was a point where Takeoff
Silent
was
assassin.
talking the most.
Silent assassin, man.
How did you and 21 get so close?
I've been knowing him before we was running through the streets. I've been knowing him. You know what I mean? And our folks, we just always in love. Then we was coming up. Like Atlanta, we like, you know whoever right now bubbling and doing their thing, they probably around 4 stars right now. That's how Atlanta be. Like we had came up with like me and Metro, why he do a lot of and our chemistry so strong. We been doing music since digital and made Racks on Racks. We was the first one out of the neighborhood that made Racks on Racks. We used to be pulling up to his house. He first was one kind of. He first had got his deal, so we used to be all in there, me, K-Count, Metro Boomin. It's just always in one house. It's just at one thing about Sonny was walking us to little meetings. He was showing us the little ropes and everything. So we always been in the same thing. So with 21, it was the streets, and then when he started rapping, we told him like start rapping. He got one of our first features, like $3,000. Back in the day, I don't even know what to do. He just called, I gotta play. 2000, that's when he had Bando. We wasn't even signed in or nothing. We ain't even, that was before we met Gucci and everything. We can't wait to get the 3,000. So we just go back.
Yeah, because it seemed like you took everything real personal when they was going out. You was losing and all that.
Yeah. And then I was on the other side of it. I know his family. And then I ain't really know what was happening. It was something that was kind of kept me. I ain't really know. I knew you take thing, but I didn't know how it was. I really don't want to speak on his situation.
And you also don't want to make
I just know to take you away from your kids. Shout to take care of his kids like I do. And they be at his house. We pull up, they at the house. He take care of the kid. You could get, it just was a serious situation. It's not a game. Because if you didn't get the bond, you get one shot. You get one shot and you could get took away from your family. Period.
You think, would you ever want to reconcile with your father?
Yeah, where you at? Come pull up. I ain't got no beef with you.
When last time you seen him?
4.
Damn.
I talked to him when I turned 12. He called me on my birthday like, I'm gonna see you. Ooh. I stayed up to like 6 in the morning. You know how that go. Never heard back. Then I hear from him about when I turned like 22. Now we on a little bit. And then last time I talked to him was 2016. And I was like, every time I talk to him, I'm offering. I'm like, I ain't never been the kid that's been like, I always been a kid like, man, why you don't like me? Why he ain't rocking with me? He tripping. I'm rich. I'm trying to give him the money. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, hey, you want to pay for him? Man, listen, man, I'm about to send you 20,000. Where you at? I'll fly jet to you right now. I'll come get you. Like, son, all right, he might say something like, I'm gonna pay for him, so when I get to the house, I'm gonna call you. And then I never get a call. And then I call his mama, my grandma, Deborah. I call her like, hey, and she'll tell me she ain't seen him. So I think he got something else going on now.
Is he on drugs?
I love him.
Or you don't really know?
I know he on drugs for sure. Then he been shot. He's still in the streets. Like this recently, like shot in the stomach. He had a car crash in the 18-wheeler, broke his hip, got his hip replaced. It's just a lot of, and I don't know what happened, but I love him though.
Maybe he feels
I ain't never
ashamed
been a
for
kid
not
that's been like,
having
man, my dad got. I always been a kid like, damn, bro. Like, what going on with it, man? Then it got to a point where I was like, the reason why to keep it real, I took some shots at him on my album so he can reach. What are you doing, bro? How are you struggling? How's your mama struggling? How are you struggling? I don't even know these people, but these my family. Like, how can you let that happen? But I know you know you. Man, listen, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I want to pull up. Come talk to me. I ain't mad at you. I got something for you, really.
That's interesting. You ain't mad at him though. Like you don't resent him for not being there.
Cause I know how it be. You can either let the streets take you away, or you can kick in with your family. A lot of folks, the streets take them away from their mama, their grandmama, their everything. So I just been on the other side too. I've been a father that was locked up, tripping, not really focused on my family, not really focusing on taking care of the kid. I'm divine little things, but I'm really being selfish because I don't have nothing myself. I ain't had nowhere to go myself. I can't pick my little boy up. We're gonna walk. I can't stay over here. These folks ain't let me stay over here. So I know how mamas could be too. Like, it's a dirty game too now. Mama could have been playing the dirty, and then it got to a point where he just gave up. Cause I done been in the dirty game before. He get dirty. Folks get dirty. I mean, get dirty and be making you look totally, you trying your hardest. And they
Trying
like,
to
nah.
see the kid on weekends, baby. Mom like, no.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna mount nothing. You breaking houses. You know what I'm saying? You why am I there? Say something like, why my son be with you and you doing all this? It's just, I've been on the other side, so I ain't mad at you, Pops. Come rock with me. I got something for you.
How your mom feel about that? Your mom like, man, you don't do nothing for him.
My mama know how type person I am, so she just be respecting it, like, keep trying to find her, son. Don't give up on trying to find her. She support it. You know, sometimes I done last out. She don't know what it's from. It be that. Been times I done last out and I ain't want to speak about it. Cause it's embarrassing not to have your daddy. You can act tough if you want to. I always want a daddy. I see how my kids, they'll leave their mama to come in. Off the rip. You act tough like you don't need it. I don't want to keep running them away. I want to wake them up though. That's why I was saying little things like, bro, come on, man. You need to wake up and step up like a man. I done did it. That's why I put the follow for everything too. It be a strategy is what I be trying to do to this part. Like I'm telling you, on my first song, I would like you. At one point. I mean, then this song I might say F you. Cause maybe that'll get your attention. Cause I never been like that. Say that. I ain't never said, nah, of my dad like, maybe I gotta say that for you to come holler at me, man. Cause you need to come holler at me, bro. I'm very successful. You should be proud of me. I need to meet my sister that I don't know. I need to make sure my family good. I gotta provide, bro. It's real out here.
The album is out right now.
Who life did you save in the car crash? You said he was trying to save somebody else's life.
He had to swerve to miss somebody.
Okay. I just feel like maybe this. I know he was. He probably was like a
fiend, Jay.
A fiend. Yeah. Because how you just in the middle of the street. When I'm looking, it's raining. I'm still going a little what I shouldn't be going. I'm going about 50 on a one-way street, and I see you, and when you look, and then I'm super close to you now. So I'm like, what are you doing? And then I go around, and how the Hellcat is, it fishtail, and I didn't have my traction on, so I did that, and then at first it's black. I couldn't even see what I was hitting, and there was a tree. Bam! I know I just. And I remember when I hit everything, I felt my teeth come off, bottom teeth come off. I felt my teeth come off. And I couldn't blink this eye. But the dude came to the window and like, I had to see if I was dead and how the door was jammed, so I couldn't get out my door, so I just yelled like, I'm panicking. I'm panicking at this point. I'm like, hey, I'm like, what you doing? I'm trying to tell him to open the door. He run off. I climb out on the other side because the car was squished, so it had jammed the doors. But the other door was good though, because I had hit it kind of on the left side.
I don't got walls.
Instead of this side. So when I crawl out, my jewelry started falling off my neck. Now I don't know where to do that. I start grabbing my. I ain't trying to get that damn jewelry. I'm like, I ain't trying to get robbed. I ain't trying to get robbed.
You gotta live.
I'm like, I ain't trying to get robbed. I grabbed that. I just remember I grabbed it, and then. I remember like a dude was running like, yo. He ran down to me and I couldn't really see. I got so much blood and it's covered. I'm walking Cause I was probably like a quarter mile from my house. So I'm walking to the house, and then he just helped me walk up. And he just dipped. He just dipped like.
Dude helped you just
like
left.
an angel.
Left, and then I end up hearing him talk on Ricky Smiley show. And the story I put out about the person, the addict that was in the street, he thought I was trying to say it was him.
Oh, so you thought you trying to play him?
Yeah, so he's like, "Hey, kid." So we end up, he said something on the show and said something. I ended up reaching out to him. I was like, "Bro, you left." So as soon as you were like a guardian angel, you left.
Mm-hmm.
And then come to find out he was walking from work. He walks from work, and he was a single father too, with 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I had bought him a car, and what blew me, right? I bought him a little Nissan, right? They telling me on the internet, "Why you buy him a Nissan? You should have bought him. He saved your life. You should have bought him a Maybach."
Oh my God.
What he gonna do to Maybach?
It ain't good enough. I did it off my. I ain't had no PR. I ain't had nobody tell me that. I was looking for him at first, but I'm like, man, this is walking down the street, bro, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Then when I went to the hospital, I was just thinking about that, like, man, who was that? Who was that just did that? I needed that. And he was like, "Oh my God, bro, you all set, bro?" And he still, when I got in the house, I was bleeding him out. Y'all take him to the hospital. By the time I looked, he was walking. When we were driving, we was pulling off, he was walking back wherever he walked to.
Wow.
And now he driving the Nissan. So he good.
He good.
You know what I'm saying?
Be good.
If
you kept that car, right? Cause I thought I seen a video of that car somewhere else.
at the party doesn't.
No, it was total. So what I did was the piece of the side piece I keep the grill. We had to get another big grill from the junkyard because it was so. But it ain't the exact car though.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't want the exact car. They tried to do that. I was like, nah, real blood, real all in that. I don't want. That was
bad energy.
That was a crazy experience.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to a car accident before.
Yeah.
Never been in a little bumper bone, none of that. I crashed, and the door couldn't open, and the windshield right here on my face. That's how close it got bent in. And then, when I get to the hospital, they tell me 90% of people die. Every time they hit a tree. They coming through the window. And I didn't have no seatbelt on.
So those brushes with death between that and your partner dying in your arms, that's changed your whole perspective.
Whole perspective. Whole perspective.
Damn, I didn't think this was going to be that good of an interview.
Life-changing situation. Bro, what my kids gonna do without me, man?
Yeah. You fuck around and
anybody gonna take care of your kid like
start
you?
respecting Offset.
You can go back and give yourself one piece of advice. Like when you first became a father, what would it be?
Piece of advice when I first became a father.
Oh, there they go. Flood barriers.
I can't go back to what I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like my book's perfect. It was written how it was supposed to be written. I can't even give myself no other advice because that's the way it was really. That's how it went.
You wouldn't be where you are now.
Right.
If you didn't go through that.
Exactly.
You want more kids?
Yeah, I really do. Legacy.
How many more?
All right, Cardi.
Legacy.
That's what you name the next child? That's what you name the next child?
Next child.
You gotta have a legacy though, man. Cause I'm going down in the books, man. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Is it hard being married? Because I'm sure women are throwing themselves at you.
Nah, it ain't hard to be married when you just really focus and do what you gotta do, though.
That's right.
You know you're a grown man, so whatever you doing, I mean, you know what you're doing. No, it ain't right. Just don't do it. I know I'm not.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men
that
don't
shit
cheat.
played out. Cheating played out.
Burnt out.
Check each other though too. Black men need to start checking each other. We see some like yo, my nigga, like come on.
You risking it all. You gotta start treating it like it's a penitentiary chance.
For sure.
Because it is.
It is, bro. You will lose your feeling. You be right, man. Listen. Your girl walking around with another man.
Lord have mercy.
I'm looking around everybody in the room texting their girl right now.
My man.
I just texted her before.
That's what's gonna happen. And then it be your fault. You punished for life, and it's gonna show in your career. And people gonna start like that. You hurt. Like don't. Do people know you hurt? And you hurt for real?
Trying to look fake happy on the gram.
Fake happy, fake acting like you wanna. Why? Why you crush? Why? Cause I would crush. I would crush like this. Crush. Never felt like that. Crush.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ask her. I was on the floor over there laying down in between breaks.
Nah, it seemed like it was hard for you to do that video.
Yeah.
The audio you used on the album before Don't Lose Me, it seemed like it was hard to do that.
What?
Yeah.
Cause I'm not an outspoken person like that anyway, like that. But I know I gotta I gotta step up. I make my wife look crazy. So I take the punishment. I take them not liking me, or not liking me no more, or doing whatever they be doing. I take that. I deserve that.
Even in the midst of all that, she'll still tell her fans, y'all do not be mad at Offset for anything. I don't need y'all attacking him. That's still
like
there you go. So
we love y'all
together. We love y'all together. We love you separately. We love you
Them 3
together.
words gonna be striking fear in niggas for the rest.
You know, the first time I
ever
pressed about it was in here. I can't believe you don't know, man. It's crazy. It was when Blue was in here.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking right here. I brought it up. I don't know if you passed. I'm like, hey, Blue, you know, probably just before everything, all that. I'm like, hey, yeah, like her, man. Then he had to come to my little, I had a little thing in New York, a little show, and she just pulled up.
Clue always said Clue can fix it.
Connect the dot, Clue, man.
Shout out to Clue.
Connect the dot, Clue.
Yes. Clue fixed the Fab and Ray J situation. Only Clue can fix it.
Only Clue can fix it.
People don't even know I was working to get her too. And for all that, we had a little all-girl dinner like called a Bad and Bougie dinner, and we just invited women, and I invited her on purpose. And I was just like in front of us so good.
So you knew from the first time you seen her, like that's gonna be.
I like her when she had crooked teeth.
Yeah.
He said I like it when she had crooked teeth.
That's right.
I was like, man, she don't do that right. Woo, she crazy. She just a little. I had a lot to do with the crooked teeth.
So you paid for him?
No, she paid for him.
Oh, okay. you can't offer to tell her you get him right and not pay for him, man.
Well, congrats on the new
That's
album,
right.
Father of
Album's
Four.
out
And he gonna
Father Four out right now.
And thank you for stopping.
And he gonna have girls scaring the shit out of us for the rest of the year with that Don't Lose Me. You be out too late and get that Don't Lose Me text. Them 3 words, don't lose me.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Offset.
All right, real quick before we start, I surprise dropped chapter 1, the intro to Views from the Sis, my comedy special. I surprise dropped it last Sunday. Some of you guys have already watched it right now. It's available right now. YouTube.com/TheAndrewSchultz. I put it on Instagram, Twitter as well. I had to do the surprise Beyonce drop. You know, we had to shake things up. The ecosystem needed it. Thank you guys so much for everybody who's watched it, shared it, etc. I'm giving the whole special away for you guys on YouTube, like I have with the last special as well. The new part drops. It's the official. I mean, it's the second week. It's chapter 2, but this is the first real full piece of the special, and it's dropping this coming Sunday. And I'm excited for you guys to check it out. I'm excited for you guys to share it. I mean, that's why I'm giving it to you, so you guys can do the same thing and give it to somebody else. Give somebody a laugh. Somebody needs to.
Who the fuck are you?
Feel
Why are you on my shit?
Let them tap into it. Share with your friends.
Fuck
Share
outta
with the
here.
group chats. Have the discussions going. Comment, like.
Classic, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got his shit on.
Is that like his was he on other projects before being in a Flavor in Year remix?
Yeah, Rampage had his own album out. Dallas Austin at the time did some business with Bus. He did his own thing with Flip Mode for Rampage album, Last Boy Scout. Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go from the top. I'm gonna take your call.
What do you mean,
Bus?
Bus been my nigga since 9, 10 years old.
Word?
Yeah.
He a Flatbush nigga too? I thought Bus was from Long Island.
Nah, he got shipped out there by his dad because he was getting in trouble.
Right.
Niggas like us and shit, these Flatbush niggas back then, we had this thing called gates, spots, you know what I'm saying? We in D.C., we in Virginia, we in New York, we making this money, we get a little trouble here and there. Like Caribbean parents says, I'm gonna ship you here, I'm gonna ship you there.
Right.
Well, his father shipped his ass to Long Island, which was a good thing, because look, he met Dinko, Charlie Brown, all the niggas out there, and they made leaders in the new school.
Right.
So it was a blessing. Look how that shit turned around. It was such a blessing that he did his thing, and by the time I was giving the streets up, it was there for me to get on. You know what I'm saying? So it was all a blessing all the way around, man.
So give me basically some clear background on you, as far as you being an MC, because you was kind of like introduced to us as like a hype man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I figured it out. Like, I used to watch leaders and then put a song together. You know what I'm saying? I used to drop them off at the studio, driving in my BMW 325i. Back then it was fly to death. But my shit came from hustling money. I wasn't rapping yet. I didn't know how to make a song or none of that.
Right.
So I watched them and I learned how to put song structure and shit like that. And of course, moving around with Bus, I started meeting other heads. I'm running into the Diddy's, I'm running into the Master P's and the Dr. Dre's and all this shit. You know what I mean? Just like any hustler, a real hustler, we pick niggas' brain. We see how they bag it out, we go back and do that shit. You feel me?
Right.
So that's how I go with that. And the position that I was given, shit, man. Any position a hustler is given, man, we learn to do it to the fullest. Don't do it at all.
Maximize it.
You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga told me, yo, split, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you this week. And Jack and them say, yo, hey, I'm gonna give you half a key. This is the spot right here. Nigga, what I'm about to bubble that shit. All the gun game and all. Everything got to go down. You know what I mean? That's how I made 25, 30,000 a day. That's how I made that money.
Right.
And I really did that. You know what I'm saying? Because my shit was ran with militants. Gun game was serious.
Right.
And we bagging out that shit to make even the customer know that he ain't coming and getting no soap.
Right.
He getting the real shit.
Right.
So, boom. Turn the page, different product, same hustle. We bag it out.
Same mentality.
We put it out there. Hype man is my position, and guess what? I'm busting my gun, I'm gonna be the illest nigga. You gonna know my name. Fucking talking about.
Right.
Legend. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. So I treat Buster shows like his mine. I try to enhance whatever the fuck he doing. Cause Buster ain't no easy task to standing next to either with this music shit. That nigga's an energy force by himself.
Alright. So all of the dance and the wild dance and the shenanigans. You an island nigga.
I never been to a dance school in my life. We black. We from Flatbush. We all know how to dance.
Right.
We all know how to dance.
So you just be boogieing.
We just boogie. I don't even know what the fuck I be doing half of the time. I just do it. I'm gonna keep it real. I just do it. Me and Buster through the whole career, we never rehearsed.
Right on the spot.
Every show we ever had.
Franklin may have discovered
Every fucking
electricity.
show we ever.
Who made the money?
Never mind.
Excellent news. We have a new method of producing power. One which will not pollute the world by burning fuel. This will allow us to supply power to our cities without risking damage to the environment.
Never mind the maneuvers. Just go straight at them.
the spontaneous shit. If we record the show and we might get 1, 2 things that I might keep that as a routine as a show, but we never rehearse.
Right.
Man, dirty, everything dirty.
Dirty. Break that down for
Well, my dirty is D-U-T-T-Y. That means do unlawful things to you. You know what I'm saying? Unlawful things.
All right.
Yeah.
I was told by a lot of people, my platform is called Gully TV. I was told that the Gully concept is an island situation.
It is. It means like a gangster, a G, certified too, Gully. You know what I mean? And they have a certain part of the Caribbean they call it down in the gully. You know what I'm saying? Down in the gully, it's a dirty nigga got that. You know what I'm saying? They sometimes even got the homosexuals in the gully, that means the gutter.
Right.
In the gutter. They gotta live there. They can't be on top of the surface. They trying to handle the homosexual shit.
Right.
You know, I don't give a fuck to each his own. I ain't homo, so don't play me on.
So you was talking about that, you know, okay, now you rapping. You also told me that you got a background in production. At what point did you start fucking with the beats and shit?
Busta had this production called Smack You Back Beats. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just watch him do the fucking thing. And like I said, I've been around the Dr. Dre's and the P. Diddy's, and P. Diddy ain't never pushed no motherfucking button. But if his idea was right, with the nigga that know how to push the button, he put that shit together and formulated. Right. So he just produced a record.
Right.
Or he just produced a beat. And I'm like, oh, I could do that shit? And I went into Dr. Dre. Shit, I finally seen that it wasn't just Dr. Dre by himself.
Yeah, I heard that. That's
okay, he had one little Mexican nigga in the corner, Scott Storch on the keyboards. It was like a band.
Right.
Of course, he constructed. He's the Beethoven of the shit.
He's maestro.
Yeah, he's the Beethoven of the shit, but you know what I'm saying? These guys all played a part. And so I was like, damn, okay. It proves to you that, you know, a mountain can't be moved by one man, an empire can't be built by one man. Okay. Nothing so big and catastrophic could be like that with one man. It can't. Yeah.
How did y'all explain picking up Rod Digger from the outsiders out of Jersey? How did that?
I think Q-Tip had told Bus about Rod.
Right.
And I seen Rod Digger at some moment when they used to throw the lyricist lounge shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen Rod Digger killing niggas and shit. She was pregnant. She was killing niggas on the mic and all that. So, you know, I was like, damn, this bitch crying. And then Rod Digger, you know, busting them guy with it. I think Tip, like I said, I think Tip brought it through. And she just fit. She just fit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though she was like a little tomboy, she was that mom, she was serious with it.
Right.
But sexy at the same
yeah,
time.
Yeah, she's sexy as hell.
Said, Rod Digger got them lips, man.
Right. So, what, okay, y'all had the Flip Mode Squad album, and y'all had Lord Have Mercy, y'all had Baby Sham, y'all had Rod Digger, and of course Busta. What happened to the other members of Flip Mode? What happened? I know Lord Have Mercy, as we just spoke about, he has some differences with Busta.
You know what? Me personally, I ain't gonna waste this interview on no fucking boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his beef with Busta. I don't know what Busta beef is with him or nothing. I don't give a fuck. He was down with a team, okay? And I ain't getting no explanation about it. So if you said fuck it, then nigga, fuck you. Right. And that's that. I don't give a fuck about no Lord Have Mercy. You go suck your mother 2 times. You dig? That's how that goes. Dirty to dirty. You know what I mean? He should have kept it G enough to even if he wasn't fucking with Busta, he should have kept it G enough to come to the team and say, yo, I won't be down no more because such and such. You don't just leave because you think you the best.
Right.
Fuck your Hercules voice, nigga. Fuck you think this is, dirty nigga? Crazy? You forgot that we was getting the cake together.
Right.
So when you don't show up to the meetings, you don't show up to the shows, you fucking shit up. And then you feel like you don't owe nobody explanation because, why, you feel you the hotter than everybody in the team? Good, I want you to feel that way. But at the same time, understand the way I feel. Go suck your mother 2 times. Yeah, that way.
Right. Okay, so what happened to Baby Sham?
Baby Sham chilling, man. You know, Baby Sham kicked back. He was doing this thing. Him and his brother called it the Dalton Brothers. They was trying to, you know, shoot videos and got a clothing line coming and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Baby Sham's still in contact with the team. We still fuck with Baby Sham. We still fuck with Rampage. He out there, you know what I mean, wilding for the night and all that.
Right.
He's still working, got new shit. Rob Digger, she doing her little movie thing. Podcast shit sometimes with Lord Jamal. She traveling, she on that Queens of Hip Hop tour, doing her motherfucking thing. Everybody's still rocking. You know, Buster, he's still in the studio like he never had a deal. Still working hard, putting in the work, you know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody doing good. Rock Marcy, he doing good.
That's my man, man. We
Nice.
texting each other, man. Shout
Love
out
Rock
to Rock.
Marcy. See, niggas like Rock Marcy and people like Papoose who came to Flipmo and was with us one point in time. You know,
Papoose was at Flipmo before?
Yeah, you forgot. We
It's
put
that
him
Brooklyn
on,
thing?
We put him on the Touch It remix. You know what I'm saying? And all that. That kind of said him more. I mean, he been rocking before that, but that Touch It remix really bust him out, and I'm proud of him right now. I like what he doing with Remy and the whole shebang. I fuck with him. He a real nigga, man. And Rock Marcy, they real niggas. You know what I mean?
Rock got bars, man. He got his own lane. It's fresh.
Hell yeah.
He beat fresh too.
Yeah. He do his motherfucking thing. And now we got OT Genesis. OT Genesis doing his motherfucking thing. That's my little bro. I'm very proud of like what he doing. We got an artist named J Doe also. She doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man. You know what I mean? I like what's going on. Aaron Cooks was another artist busting guy or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
So it's still Flipmo as the label still popping.
I mean, yeah, they doing their thing, you know. I wish more could come out, you know what I mean, and, you know, it's fuck the slow pace shit, cause these days, man, it's like, bust your gun. Fuck holding back, you know what I'm saying? Bust your gun, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, Flipmo's still rocking, as you know, it's called Conglomerate.
Right.
Now and all that, and I got Paper Rock, you know what I'm saying? Paper Rock is handled with fist. Always business for the person. I got a bunch of young boys with me.
Yeah, I seen y'all mobbing at Revolt and shit. Let's talk about it.
Oh, we kill shit. We went out there. It didn't matter who had a record. I went out there with a record that wasn't having a radio play or had a video out yet, and killed the whole fucking beach. If you was there, you saw it, you witnessed it. I ain't lying. It is what it is. We went to every fucking party that was popping.
Yeah, y'all was like Wu-Tang.
Oh, I felt like RZA, baby.
Came through like Wu-Tang.
I felt like RZA. That's right. I came down there with 27 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
27. And out of 27, niggas, it was only 8 artists. Okay? And we went into every club. And they was charging niggas $200-300 to get in. $200. Everybody for open up the door, for shoot up the club right now. You know what I mean? I've been working hard, too hard in this game for you to look at me and try to treat me like a custody. I was here before you, nigga. Show some love. We're trying to do something here. You know what I'm saying? Support. We're trying to do something here. I'm bringing the party to the party. This is how we do it. So you gotta understand, look. I really got that idea really from Meech. Big Meech, let me tell you what.
That's what y'all came through like.
Yes, because you gotta understand. When everybody was calling the Jeezy movement. Nobody knew Jeezy yet. But when you got 20 to 30 niggas in the club singing this nigga shit, and it's playing, and you don't know the song, he don't know the song, but it make you curious because you see 30 niggas wilding to this song. Like, what is that? What is that? So I just thought that was some genius marketing type shit.
Right.
You know, with some slash P. Diddy, boy making noise and shit. One day we was at Dream, we performed at Dream, and I had 2 sprinters, full of niggas. We went outside after we performed in Dream, went outside of Dream, and the whole club of Dream was leaving. They stood there and watched niggas perform again. On Washington, standing on top of the sprinters, shit looking like Labor Day, boy, on Eastern Parkway. Tell you. So I felt like I made a big impact. I ain't gonna front of you. A nigga shed a tear or two, because you know, when a real nigga get executed.
That's how you felt that day?
Nigga, I shed a tear.
Y'all looked good, bro. I was in the lobby. I encountered you in the lobby. I got a drop from you in the lobby. Okay. Buster was in the lobby.
Yeah.
Y'all was like probably like I thought it was like 40 of y'all. Everybody had on a black shirt.
Yes,
everybody had on black.
Yeah, paper rock all the way.
Yeah.
And this didn't cost $1 from Busta Rhymes. This didn't cost $1 from nobody. I did this on my own.
And y'all was in a magazine down there that week.
Yes, he was. If you know SMF magazine, Street's Most Famous Magazine, that's my magazine. I'm the CEO of that magazine. I'm the owner of the magazine. Which
I think I had a copy of that. I ended up with one of the copies.
Jay Fredericks is my partner, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay Fred. We push it together. We rock it. We got the magazine, we got the clothing line that we come with called Yummy for the girls and shit like that. I got a lot of plan, plot, and motives, man. It's trying to execute it. And these days everything need a bag behind it.
Right.
Everything need a bag behind it. Cause nobody doing nobody no more favors.
Tell me how you know my man.
Who, Curry? Mark Curry, the great man. Like through music, man, Mark Curry's a good nigga, man. And from the day I met him to now, he's always been genuine. Same way, man. You know what I'm saying? Same way. And I fuck with Mark Curry. He's one of the dope MCs. And all that. You know what I'm saying? He's a weed connoisseur like me. So I fucks with him.
So your handle Spliff Star, that come from the streets, that's before rap?
Yeah, Spliff. No, well, they used to call me Squiggy from street shit.
They used to call you what?
Squiggy.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Spliff give you a number, don't answer texts, none of that shit. I thought he gave me the wrong number. And he the one say, hey, let me give you my number. You got the new single out.
Big Wings featuring Busta Rhymes. My artist Busta.
Word, man. So how do you meet Busta? Hey, let me tell you, Rodrigo was the first motherfucker, star I met when I moved to New York. Yeah, like I'm here probably about 2 weeks or something, and I go do a radio show, and she was there. Oh shit, that's what I'm saying. It's about like 6 years ago. Yeah. You know what? I'm blown away. I ain't seen you on Empire yet. Yeah. It seems like you would have popped out somewhere on.
I want to be on Empire. I even want to rock with my homies that's doing the Money and Violence.
Word.
I want to rock with them too.
Why not?
I want to be on Power.
Word.
What's the problem?
What's the problem, man?
What's the problem?
Tell me what the problem is.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the problem is, but like I said.
Well, you know Lee Daniels know you, right?
So whatever.
You know Lee Daniels know you.
You got his number?
I don't got his number, dog.
Me and you belong in there.
Yeah, in real life.
We do.
I'm gonna go stake out in LA and see where I got to be.
You know what I'm saying?
On that next season, man.
Hell yeah. I'm proud of 50. That Power is serious.
Word.
It's serious.
Didn't y'all all go on tour together?
Yes, we did.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember the first time you ever met 50?
Yes, I did. Back then, they used to call me Noob.
Hold on, you knew him before the business?
Yeah, I met him before the business.
Wow.
And then, as time go on, we went on tour. We did the tours together. Good nights, we go in competition. We go kill the stage. One night he came out with Busta Kids and put G-Unit clothes on all of them on the stage. And then Busta went and put on a muscle suit and came out acting like 50. And we just had mad fun on there, you know what I'm saying? We got a good relationship, man.
That's what's up, man. I dig that. Was you surprised when you found out, yo, this dude done grew all the way the fuck up, man? I used to know him back in the day.
You know, I wasn't surprised because he had talent. It was just needed somebody to hear it. That's all. Just like I need somebody to hear these youngins that I got and all that. But he didn't get the love that he should have got here in his hometown. He had to go somewhere else and get that. You feel me? So I don't think he made any wrong moves. I ain't surprised at nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just happy that he maintained what he got going on. And he turned it into something.
And you didn't see a lot of people that haven't lost.
Yeah, like, but see,
what the fuck is that?
And what I like about him, respect about him the most, is he put all his mans on. Every last one of them. Even if they flop, it don't matter. He gave them that opportunity to flop. Not too many people get that. He's just a real dude to me. And 50 don't start trouble. He just see the bullshit and he pull their card. That's all it is. And that's real. I ain't just saying that over here. I'm just saying that because I'm a street nigga too. I don't start no trouble, but I know you're a bitch ass nigga, so I'm gonna pull your card.
Word. Now,
That's
let me ask you this now. With that being said, do you feel like Buster could have did more for you guys? And did you ever have conversations with him like, man, you know, 50 put on Yayo and everybody and da da da. Why you couldn't do that with us?
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Every man gonna be different. Buster ain't 50 and 50 ain't Buster. I ain't Buster. Buster's not me. What I might do for my paper route team, Buster might have never done for flip mode. You dig? But I do appreciate all that he's done. I mean, like, come on, let's keep it real. Nobody would know Spill Star if it wasn't for Buster Rhymes. You feel what I'm saying to you? I'm a 6-time fella.
6 times?
Yes, sir.
How the fuck you in there?
Man, listen,
Is you really here right now?
I was doing the do. I got hit up 12 times when they got 12 bullet holes at one time.
You got shot 12 times?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, you beat 50 Ray.
Yeah, so when he's like 9 times, like, damn, well.
That's it?
That's it. It hurt me, but, you know, I was blessed. Hit up 12 times when they got 12 bullet holes at one time.
You got shot 12 times?
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm a 6-time fella.
6 times?
Yes, sir.
How the fuck you in there?
Man, listen,
Is you really here right now?
I was doing the do. I got hit up 12 times when they got 12 bullet holes at one time.
You got shot 12 times?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, you beat 50 Ray.
Yeah, so when he's like 9 times, like, damn, well.
That's it?
That's it.
It
hurt me, but, you know, I was blessed. Just like 50. We ain't walking crippled or nothing, and we still moving.
Get the
Second
fuck, you
chance
got
of
shot
life.
12 times,
12 times, my G.
When you got shot? Was it doing while you were rapping?
No.
This happened before that?
Split Star yet, yeah.
Before we get all the way out of there. What you get shot? If he was inside of me, how would we set up? What was the situation?
All right. At the time I was hustling.
Nigga, it ain't even 9 o'clock and you fainting on it. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm making 30, 40 grand a day. I put on.
What was you selling, cars?
Hey, look. I was with a serious crew.
Tony Montana.
He's about that. He's about that life. I put on a dude that was from that state. 2 guys came out of jail. The dude was like their little son. He was scared of them. You know, they needed a quick lick. They knew that he was chilling with me. I'm chilling in the shower of the townhouse, about to take my shower. Normally he'll come, drop the bread, and leave. He dropped the bread. I ain't pay attention to the bread. They were locked. He just came inside. And of course, I ain't willing to just put my hands down and lay down. So it was a struggle, it was a fight. But ass nigga, struggle, fight, everything.
You naked fight nigga.
In the bathroom, movie shit.
Was they grabbing your necks and everything?
Fuck out of here.
Because you know that it ain't gay if you grab them nigga dick in a fight, though. Like you got to win by all means necessary.
Oh yeah, you got to win by all means.
You try to pull that motherfucker right off.
Yeah.
You want to win. Because you know he gonna stop punching if you.
I was the naked one, so I think my dick would have got grabbed. But I must say they wasn't homo thugs, thank God.
Right.
We was fighting.
Word.
We was fighting, and that's why most of my shots was low in my stomach.
You got shot naked.
Yeah, man. And then jumped out the window and
Wow.
ran 3 blocks.
You got shot 12 times.
Yes, sir. Jumped out the window, ran 3 blocks.
Naked bleed. 12 times.
12 times.
Where did he hit you at?
Or the bottom, groin area, legs, because remember I'm fighting him, so I'm holding the gun and I'm tussling, and the next guy tried to swing, and he caught one and it grazed my neck. Just grazed. And the one went through my hand in and out, and the rest was all down here. You know what I'm saying? God bless. You know God don't want you going the way you going.
Yeah, you're just shit, obviously.
You feel me? You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, I was always fair in my hustle. I wasn't the type to just go shooting around and all that. No, it was about the paper. You know, and you defended it if you needed to defend it. And I always thank God for everything, so I guess he was there with me that day.
Now, who are some people that you got a chance to meet throughout your journey that you like, damn, I done met such and such? Like, did you ever get a chance to meet Michael Jackson?
Yes, I did. Twice.
Oh,
twice.
No, man. You know the biggest Michael Jackson fan in the world, man. What happened, dog?
Michael is a cool cat. Okay?
What did he say to you?
He said, hello. His family is nice. Michael is a cool cat. He just don't like nobody staring at him.
You want some of me, Michael? You want some of me? Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. Send your Papa Joe over here, all right? I show him what a real ass whooping is all about. Go on about your business.
And you're gonna end up staring at him.
Did somebody have to tell you that? Like, stop saying
You know, I'm blessed to meet Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle. You know, I'm sitting there with them at the awards and after.
Sitting with them.
Yeah, they sit behind me, I'm sitting next to them or whatever. I've been in positions, I've been in parties where Oprah's swinging all around. I'm looking at it, all right, okay, all right.
Did you plot on her? Like, yo, I need to get this bitch pregnant right here.
Yeah, I would get her pregnant. I don't think there's no penis on this planet that wouldn't wanna. Frank Ocean will go straight for it.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Can you imagine all the niggas that hit it before she was blowed up like, and they thought she was just a thought, and now that she all blowed, it's like, man, ain't this about her, bitch? We used to dog this bitch out. Damn, man, we used to all run trains on, man. Yeah, what the fuck? It's somebody that feel that way about Oprah. Double XL voted you one of the top 10 greatest hype men of all time.
Yeah, man.
Who was some dope ass hype men that never got the credit?
Was homie from the Lost Boys, Freaky Time. May he rest in peace. He was a dope hype man. Not only, and he did a little bit more than me because shit, he was down there on every record as well. So, you know, may he rest in peace. Proof did his thing with Eminem. I can't front. You know what I mean?
Did you get a chance to meet Proof?
Yeah. Proof, he burned it down mad times.
Yeah, word.
Played with a couple of people's daughters and stuff.
As you should.
Yeah, you know.
Y'all deserve it.
We had fun.
Word. You ever met Pac?
Pac? I met Pac twice.
Get out of here.
Met him twice. Met him once in LA, once in New York, yeah. You feel me? And he used to hang around with my team, with some of my cats. Like Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack, that's my team. That's my circle. That's the circle I come from. Pac was a cool cat, dude. You know, it ain't the monster people try to make him out to be. I mean, we all got our attitudes and egos on you, but he was a cool guy. He was smart. He was very intelligent too.
Now, a lot of people say that, you know, Jimmy Henchman, and has been reported it had something to do with the Pac getting shot and whatnot.
I don't know about none of that. I was on tour in Bulgaria. I don't know about none of that shit.
Word. Best advice you ever got, and who'd you get it from?
From a cat, an OBG in prison. He said, there's nothing wrong with being you. He said, respect, loyalty take you far. Even if a motherfucker ain't loyal to you, you loyal to him, don't try to get back at him like that because then it makes you like him. Just be you. You go far. Respect is everything. So I'm multi-rich with respect. You know what I mean? My hood respect me before I started being Smith Star. Words of advice? Words of advice was this chick in Canada.
So you keep the baby?
No, she told me, she's like, you don't need that condom, I'm clean. I kicked that bitch out.
Before or after she burnt you?
She never burned me.
Oh, okay.
Split never had an STD.
Never?
I'm too light skinned for that shit.
It's gonna show up.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
right.
Definitely gonna show.
Too many fucking stairs.
Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and support the platform.
Hey you guys, I'm like low-key devastated that I have to make this video because Legend loves Joe Budden's podcast, and unfortunately someone sent me some messages, shout out to the subby, and told me that not only Joe Budden retweeted some messages that his colorist friends have made, but also a member on his show named Maul has also made some very anti-black women, and especially dark-skinned black women, colorist, hateful tweets. So I want to share with you all what Joe Budden retweeted, as well as what Maul's No Neck Behind had to say, so stay tuned for the video.
If you're having some skincare issues, an uneven skin tone, and acne, X Moisture's organic skincare cream will be a great solution for you. It is effective. If you're interested in purchasing, please go to xmoisture.com. You guys have actually been emailing me about how much you are raving over Car Marshall because you like the simplicity of the site as well as their customer service. They have over 100,000 cars in their inventory for you to select from, so definitely go down to carmarshall.com, tell them Paris Milan sent you. You guys always ask me, how do you keep your skin so clear? And definitely one of my secrets is Ash Kickin's African Black Soap, and they have other skincare products that you can use. So go down to ashkickin.com. If you use Paris Milan and check out, you will receive 15% off. Again, go to ashkickin.com. Also make sure you go and pick up your melanated gear, your cinch bags, your hoodies. Go support Black Currency Unmasked.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that Joe Budden actually used to rap. I believe he retired last year, but before he did that, he was kind of dipping his feet into doing commentaries, and he helped to create the show Everyday Struggle, which was shown on Complex, and he co-hosted alongside DJ Academics as well as Nadeska. This was like in earlier of 2017, and later that year, in December of 2017, he actually decided to leave the show. He went on to do his own podcast named the Joe Budden Podcast. He also does another show on the Revolt Network named State of the Culture, and so a lot of people receive his podcast very well. They enjoy his commentary. They like how he analyzes certain lyricists and entertainers in general. However, somebody, like I said, sent me some messages that have kind of made me side-eye Buttons a little bit because of who he is associated with and also what he has retweeted himself. So on the podcast that he has, there are two other co-hosts. One of their names is Rory and the other's name is Maul. Maul is the younger brother of Kareem Biggs Burke, who actually co-founded Rockefeller and is really good friends with Jay-Z. Some people kind of rock with Maul, but Maul has kind of showed himself to be a massive bootlicking coon colorist who has said some very vile things about black women, as well as another friend of Joe Budden's who goes by the name Ice. So let me show you the comments that Joe Budden retweeted himself first, and also things that he's quoted that his colorist friends have said, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what Mal had to say as well as his friend Ice. To be clear, I do not have a Twitter, so I'm assuming that this is what Joe Budden retweeted. You guys who are proficient with Twitter, please tell me if this is what Joe Budden retweeted or if this is what he actually commented. So the person, his name is @TheBigWorm. He says, shout out to all the angry black women out there and the poor guy that has to put up with your A. And then it says Joe Budden said LOL. I was telling you guys about his colorist friend named Ice, and here's what Joe Budden quoted his friend saying. He said, top 10 reasons black girls don't get to spend the night. I think Joe Budden, Ice, and Maul are all friends. Now that I'm saying that, he retweeted what Maul said. So Maul said, if they dark skin, I'm throwing a toaster in there. He quoted something that says, dark skinned women nipples look like leather buttons on a pea coat. Then he said, black women take better care of their hair than they do their kids. Salute. Somebody retweeted something Maul said again. He says, black chicks put their daughter hair in a tight ponytail until their eyes get chinky, then tell people her father is mixed. Hashtag salute. Black women use Google as a filter of who they'll give the box to more than any other race of women. Somebody retweeted what Maul said, and he said here, only people eating breakfast from Taco Bell are convicted felons and dark-skinned bees. Then he says, Spanish women uptown ish on black men every day, but guess where I'll be this weekend? On Broadway and Dickman shooting 47% from the fields. How come black men be so angry about nothing? And he saluted someone that said, when you try and throw a black chick in the pool, real talk, white women and Spanish women are surpassing black women on the sex charts. Yeah, Lord Jesus, I gotta read all this bullcrap. So then he says, what is a black bottle girl? Spanish girls are team players. If they come to your crib and see that ish is a mess, they'll clean it up. Black chicks will judge you. Ask a black girl where you want me to blank. She said in the blank. A Spanish chick will say on the mirror so I can look at. See, this is a demonic Negro that we're effing with right now. So Joe Budden actually made a question about black women, a sexually charged question. He said, do black girls still act like they've been shot when blank gets on them? And then Maul said, black girls down by 12 in the first quarter. I ain't gonna front. I don't want to F no black girls. Hashtag followed by, who wants to F a black girl in 2012? And so Maul was quoted as saying, dark-skinned women are women who still didn't go through evolution as of yet. Dark-skinned women should not be allowed to wear blonde hair. They look like half-eaten Snickers bars. So as you can see, he has an audience member here. She looks mixed or something, and she's like, ha ha ha, so mean. And he smiles, and you see they love doing this because they know these non-black women eat it up when they disrespect and try to destroy black women, especially darker-skinned black women. So he says, Spanish girls don't get comfy with that #1 spot. White girls are threatening your position, and Asians are coming on strong. Then he says, you're dark-skinned, but you're wearing eyeshadow. Hashtag por qué? Wow. So now we're going to get into what Ice said in his tweets, okay? Mind you, these are all Joe Budden's friends, and he was quoting some of the things that they were saying. Ice said, hashtag dark-skinned chicks were God's first mistake. If I saw 2 hashtag dark-skinned chicks drowning in a pool, I'd rush to pour more water in it. And F y'all call me racist for, I don't hate black people, I just hate dark-skinned chicks. Somebody said to him, you're effing pathetic if you going in on this. He said, you must be one of them hashtag dark-skinned chicks. Somebody said, what's wrong with dark-skinned chicks? He said, Ma, you really want me to answer this? Emmett Till ain't flirt with that white woman for you N-words to be coming out wifing up hashtag dark-skinned chicks. I'm sure some of you guys have been completely disturbed by these tweets. I am so disgusted because of the vile nature of these tweets. They're very hateful, and some of them were even pretty morbid. I mean, I didn't find any of it funny. They were extremely grounded in complete hatred towards black women, and more specifically darker-skinned women. And I'm sure some of you are going to think to yourselves, well, what does Joe Budden have to do with this? Again, he retweeted some of these things. He was laughing at it. I couldn't see some of you guys letting black women off the hook if somebody retweeted something that says, I hate all black men, and a black woman retweets it and starts laughing, that you would not hold her with the same level of accountability. I kind of feel like this is not really a surprise after I did a little bit of my Googles regarding some of Maul's past perspective on certain topics. For example, with Sabrina Claudio, they had a little segment that they did on the show about racist tweets that she made in the past, where she had a troll account and she was trolling and saying hateful racist things about black women, and he completely gave it a pass. He didn't care. He tried to write it off as she was just young. He has been made aware of the racist tweets that she has made against black women, and he's trying to pass it off as her being young at the time, and she was only 14. And Joe Budden actually made a good point that when I was that age, I wasn't being racist or anything along those lines. Maul is really trying to pull out, well, I've said some racist things too. First of all, black people cannot be racist. I've said this so many times on my channel. You do not have the power to oppress anyone, anyone, and access to equality of life to subjugate a group of people. Therefore, we cannot be racist just by saying something about someone. So I'm not really sure why black people get that in their brain that, oh, we can be racist, we can be discriminatory or prejudiced, but you cannot be racist as a black person because you are a subjugated group. This is a problem with some of our men, and I don't even consider him one of us, to be honest. Like, this is a putrid, bad body built, bent out of shape, childbearing, hip having, hideous looking Decepticon that feels as if he has some merit to be able to crap on dark-skinned black women when he looks like possessed, crusty koala that's been ran over by a Mack truck. These are the type of black men that I don't care if they're castrated in the media. I really don't give a F. They put the needs of other races of women and lusting after those women before their own people. They prefer for them to lie down with spoiled milk and to have that woman racially degrade him than for him to wake the freak up and appreciate his own women. The thing that really gets me is that these men that hate black women so freaking much and can't stand a dark-skinned black beat, that is all they think about 24/7. That's literally what they base their whole ridicule campaign on, is degrading and trying to completely humiliate the image of black women so that other races of women can come along and be snickering. And it's crazy to me that some of these men are so invested in what black women do with their makeup. Dark-skinned women wearing eyeshadow, dark-skinned women wearing blonde hair. Do doing this, doing that, yet they're still being shot down in the street like animals. They're still making less than other races of men. They're still more likely to be incarcerated than other men. And when all of these things occur, who do they look to for protection, for salvation? More times than not, it's black women. It's like they view dark-skinned black women as these subhuman species that is just there as their effing punching bag, when that's what he came from. And I believe he also has a twin sister, because he said in this post that he came into the world with her. So I think he has a twin sister. She looks exactly like him. And it's like, how can you have your mother here, your twin sister, but you hate black women so freaking much? There's no need for you to have all this misogynoir going on where you are dedicating all of your time to trying to destroy black women. And I don't want to hear, oh, he was young. This man is currently 37 years old, and when he made these tweets, some of them were even from 2013, so he was clearly in his 30s, and some of them he was in his late 20s. So age is not going to be an excuse here. He is going to be held fully accountable, and so is that degenerate bum Ice. I'm so fed up with seeing these common instances where it's like these darker skinned black men are making it a goal to ensure that for them to elevate other races and women, that they have to always stomp on the backs of dark skinned black women. And then when something happens, like they lose their careers, or nobody wants them anymore, or they fall off or whatever, then they want to come crawling back to us. No, F them. Let them continue to go out there and breathe themselves out. Let them go display to the world how much of an abomination they are, and let them self-destruct. You don't really see black women on the internet engaging in this. It's mainly darker skinned black men and some black men in general who go out of their way to make their presence known that they hate their own race of women. And you wonder why so many black women are divesting, and you also wonder why so many black women are just completely done with our race collectively. When have you ever heard of non-black men doing the same very thing? I want to actually give you some time to tell me of a time where you heard of a non-black man going on Twitter, going on Instagram, describing his hatred for his own race of women and uplifting black women over his own race of women. Please go ahead and comment that below. I'm going to give you some time to think about it. So you have more than enough time to think about it, and guess what? That was a rhetorical question, because that bullish doesn't happen. You never hear of other races going out of their way to uplift a black woman over their own. You'll never see a situation where you see a boat where there's black women as the majority and you have them fraternizing with all these white men on the boat. You'll never hear songs where white men are uplifting black women over their own. You'll never see videos where white men and non-black men are degrading their women for the sake of black women's affection. You don't see that bullcrap happening because these men understand the massive importance of being the face of beauty in the media, because it not only makes their women have a higher self-esteem, but for the collective of their race, because they are the ones that are grooming these women to feel elite, to be viewed as having a higher societal status. They understand that when their women take a W, they get a W. But unfortunately, some of our men are too stupid to realize that when they feel like they're giving these women all of these props, all these accolades, showering them with so much affection, that they're doing the same thing for that woman's race of man. While he's thinking that he's kissing her feet, he might as well stay on his knees, because he needs to start gagging for the race of man that actually uplifted that woman he is lusting after, because he helped to contribute to why she's in that position to begin with. I really feel like black women that are watching this show should probably stop watching it to know that this is who he has on his show. I wouldn't contribute to any more viewership. I wouldn't click on it. I would fight every urge to tune into that show, because I'm pretty sure Budden is probably going to place his friendship over black women at this point. So what we need to do is place the value of our dollar over tuning in to support a Joe Budden. And sadly enough, I think that this is a telltale sign of what Joe Budden's
When God
beliefs are.
said,
Birds of a feather
"Let there
flock
be
together,
light,"
right? So unfortunately,
surely
it's
must
like
have
we
meant
saw already where
perfectly
since
coherent
Santana came
light.
out and people were kind of side-eyeing her, where she was mocking black women, and somebody actually
Mysteries
sent
of
me a
science
photo
and
of some
questions of
statements that she
culture
made about
are still
Fantasia,
open to
saying
us.
Fantasia is
But now,
ugly
the
for real.
connections
So
between
it's like your
discoveries of
girlfriend is kind of
tantalizing
making
dim.
people side-eye
As
you,
our
and now your friends are
investigations
coming out with this
proceed,
bullcrap.
the
I don't know,
relationship
Joe, like
between
making people out
technologies
here
and
lose
civics
faith in
will
you. I know
reveal
for sure I'm
themselves
telling
in
you to
time.
not tune into the show, and I'm going to encourage other people to not do so, because I refuse to uplift and support people that support the degradation of black women, and more specifically darker skinned black women, when we're not even bothering y'all. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you feel about the comments that were left. Do you feel like Joe Budden needs to be held responsible for what some of his friends have had to say, even if he has retweeted what they have had to say? Also, do you feel like Maul should be fired from the show? Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!
She mad salty.
Wake
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is still not here. Don't know where he's at.
Now, Angela Rye is here, though, and
Yeah.
I gotta fill in for Envy this morning.
I know, you do.
So,
Today's the day to ask that question.
$1 million question.
all right, so can you guys explain what impeachment is for people who don't know out there? Are we gonna see Donald Trump get impeached?
So, if there was ever a time, it's now. And the reason for that is there are two threads that are running through. There's the Mueller investigation, the wrapping up. People now think it's wrapping. I feel like we've been saying that forever. But it's wrapping up. And then Michael Cohen's testimony on Capitol Hill.
Michael Cohen snitching.
Michael Cohen, well, that's what you want to call it, but I'm
Yes.
very grateful. So I don't know if y'all want to hit Mueller first or Michael Cohen.
Let's start with Cohen.
Okay, so Michael Cohen, as you all know, has deemed himself Donald Trump's fixer.
Right.
His personal, or not his personal attorney, his attorney for the Trump organization, responsible for paying off Donald Trump's porn star.
Indiscretions.
Yes, the porn star, and today. Testifying before the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, which Congressman Elijah Cummings chairs, one of the most prolific, amazing, brilliant lawyers, not only in Congress, but period, just a dope. And I think one of the things that's interesting is he talks about his loyalty to Donald Trump. There's a 20-page statement. Everybody who testifies on Capitol Hill has to release or provide the committee with a statement. 20 pages long. In this statement, he talks about being ashamed. He talks about Donald Trump. This is the first page. He talks about Donald Trump being a con man, a racist, right? And then uses these examples. You guys know I have to hit the race stuff because I care about this very deeply.
Cohen saying all this?
Yes! So in the statement, he says, Donald Trump asked him at one point, name a country run by a black person that's not a shithole. That's a quote. I'm not cussing. In Chicago, they're driving.
Wakanda is my answer.
There's way more than that. I
No.
need you to do better. I need you to do better. Also, when they're driving through the streets of Chicago, Donald Trump says to him, only black people could live that way. Right. And then the third one was, black people would never vote for him because they're too stupid. So, wow. That's just the race stuff. And then this other part that I think is really damning, we talked a lot about it during the 2016
And
election.
that's the president of the United States.
That's
saying that.
What bothers me about stuff like that, though, is
Yeah.
Cohen was riding with that. When it was all good, it was all good.
Yeah.
But then you get ousted out, now you want to air him out.
Well, and yes and no, and I think that sometimes people have crazy wake-up calls. I don't like this particular version of the wake-up call because, at this point people could say, well, it goes to motive. He doesn't want to spend more time in
Right,
prison.
he's getting 3 years, right?
Yeah, we see this over and over again, not just in this case, in a dozen cases. But the other one that I think is equally damning to the racism is Donald Trump used Michael Cohen to call the small business owners. Remember during the campaign we talked about how he would regularly cheat the small business owners, not pay them, or substantially reduce their payments. He was the guy that did it. For 10 years, he was the one who was responsible for calling the business owners and saying, yo, you're not getting paid, or we're about to cut your payment in half.
How is Michael Cohen living with himself during this
That's
time?
what I'm saying.
Well,
That's why I don't respect
how
it.
can
I
you-
like it. I'm happy he's doing it, but I don't respect it.
No, I don't respect it either, and I don't love it. But the only other thing I have to tell y'all, because this I thought was incredible,
Did you just say you
and
love
it's
it?
also it says a lot about how greedy Donald Trump is. He said that he had just got a refund check from the IRS. Guess how much it was?
Millions.
$10 million. A refund check from the IRS, and this was after he just told everybody in the Trump organization, including Michael Cohen, he was about to cut their salary in half.
Wow.
In half. This dude stayed there even after he got his salary cut in half and saw a $10 million refund check from the government. And his whole point in bringing that up was not even about the IRS, the tax returns that we're still waiting to see. It was about the fact that he could get this check back from the IRS and say, the government is so stupid, look at this check I got back.
Give us a little background on who Michael Cohen is.
Yes. So again, I feel like I started there. You was texting when I said
Right,
this.
it's his attorney, it was former attorney,
Trump
his fixer.
organization attorney. And so this was the guy who was responsible for the Stormy Daniels payment.
Okay. Yeah, he's the one that paid him and then Trump paid him back or something like that.
$35,000 increments for 11 months. Anyway, this dude is sneaky. This is your president.
He's so bad at being sneaky.
No, you did not. Don't say that. Take it
He's
back.
so bad at being sneaky too, by the
Look,
way.
I'm turning out this for the Mueller part. I'm just going.
So what does this mean now?
Well, what it means, I think Wolf Blitzer said it best. Wolf Blitzer said that the last time a president's attorney testified before Congress, to get back to your DJ Envy question, it was Richard Nixon, and we all know what happened.
Wow.
So that was impeachment. And I think that the reality of it is, as much as he has to lose, he has a lot to gain, and part of that is his own dignity, right? Like, finally, you have the opportunity to tell your truth.
I think it's interesting though because last night on Twitter, why does it go down so cold on Twitter? But there's a congressman named Matt Gaetz who is the same congressman who called Andrew Gillum during the election. Okay, so he comes at Michael Cohen and is like, how would your wife feel about your girlfriends like trying to threaten?
Yeah.
And so people are like, now he shouldn't be worthy to serve in Congress. But we'll see. Donald Trump has thugs. Like he wanted to call us thugs during the election. That dude has goons.
Yeah, let's get to Mueller. Let's get to that.
Okay. So Mueller, I have to have notes because there's so much stuff. No, it's right here. I caught it. My reflexes are quick. Of course, Robert Mueller is the special counsel on the Russia investigation. For background, you pay attention this time.
Mm-hmm.
For background, Robert Mueller was
What did he do
also
again?
good night. Robert Mueller was also the FBI director from 2001 to 2013, which indicates what? He served under two presidents, Barack Obama and, of course, George Bush. I don't know if that means there's bipartisan support of him. It does mean that he has the ability, right, to serve in functions in that for both presidents. What I think is interesting about this is even beyond the Robert Mueller investigation, let's say that this report comes out, hopefully we get to see the thing in its full state and we understand what all is at stake and who will be indicted. There are also Trump folks who are not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not necessarily completely released from this because there's New York federal prosecutors who are looking at the Trump Organization, the foundation, the inauguration committee, and of course the campaign, because folks lied to Congress, folks lied to prosecutors, and so they still could get prosecuted under the New York federal prosecutor's case and indicted, and that's the craziest thing to me.
Everybody about to start flipping now.
I know, maybe. And I think that one of the questions we have, and I think is really frustrating, is whether or not we're even going to see this report. And if we see the report, given the new Attorney General, will everything be so heavily redacted that we don't know who is culpable for what? That's super frustrating to me. But so far, Robert Mueller has indicted 34 people.
Yeah.
34
That's
people.
a lot.
3 companies, including the Internet Research Agency, Concord Management, and Concord Catering. The Internet Research Agency, for background, you at least have this article, hopefully you've seen it, this article that talks about the ways in which black people were kind of trolled during the 2016 election, and they paid off low-level, mid-level black activists to kind of, no, this is true. Internet Research Agency is the agency.
No, I read the article. I just see you sound like I said low-level, mid-level.
Well, I'm just saying. So nobody's trying to be somebody.
You would never buy no weed that was low-level or considered mid-grade.
FYI, you gotta be low level to get paid off, okay? We're not mad about using low level for black activists that got paid off. That's low level.
Thank you for
D-level
following me.
activists.
You know what? Anyway, yes, but true, especially if they got paid off by Russia. But the thing that is interesting about the Internet Research Agency is they, of course, tapped into existing tensions that are clear and present in racial issues in this country. So that I thought was fascinating. The guilty plea so far, he secured Gates, Michael Flynn, Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen, of course, and of course we know that Roger Stone was just indicted and his house was raided. Roger Stone is the one who's accused of getting the whole
Denounce me, ho. Come and fight me.
Stone's rules. You might want to burn that. Those are rules you
I
don't
can't
want
wait
to
to read
live
it.
by. You don't want to live by those rules.
This is all.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things.
Well, it's great because we all know that
because
Trump
they are
administration
easy.
is going to crash and burn. It's not going to end well.
Okay.
We know that.
Okay.
But do we want him to get impeached? In this climate, with all these crazy ass white militant groups, all these crazy ass Trump supporters, do we want him to get impeached in this climate?
So I'll give you. I think yes and no. I think that my personal is burning on the inside. Like I've been telling y'all this since before the election. He's crooked. Part of me wants to be vindicated in that way. I understand what you're saying. Not just about.
Each envoy you send to a city-state counts as 2. Open borders with all city-states. Housing and amenities. Oh, shit. Housing and amenities to all cities that at least 3 specialty districts. Approved NIDR. What the fuck was right there? I hate how they do that shit. First envoy, production towards spies. Go over from each envoy. Governors provide to loyalty. Your trade routes to an ally provide +2 food and production for both cities. Golden faith from all trade routes, wonders, holy site adjacency. It's one amenity to all cities with 2 trade routes. No. Theater, no. Commercial hub, no. Theater square, no. Fast growth and 3 world here, no. Commercial hub, no. All improved aluminum and oil resources. Nuclear device maintenance reduced by 50. Ooh. That might be a good one for now. Okay, from pillaging, production toward encampment. Accumulates 25 less war, no. Golden resource discount. That could be good too. Over units from earlier years by gold. 50% less combat strength, unit maintenance costs reduced by 2. 50% heavy and light cavalry units. Movement historian and friendly. I'm just tired of fucking reading this shit. Fuck it. I'll go with this. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit? Oh, artifact. Hey, what happened to my fucking... artifact broad?
With Donald Trump. He's just shady. Just shady. Like, just doing business with countries without registering as a foreign agent. Like, just shady.
Now, we want all of this stuff to go down, but do you also think that it could be a distraction? Because I feel like, once again, we're focusing so much on tearing down the Trump administration, but not focusing enough on what we should be doing in 2020.
Yeah. I don't think it's a distraction to get rid of evil and to deal with negative aspects of, you know, what continues to make this country worse. I do think that we should be spending a lot of time focusing on 2020. One of the things that I know that you and I talked about is like the fashion houses and how like there are all of these, you know, like racist moments, whether we're talking about Gucci or now Montclair with the black face, little, you know, face on the coat. The noose with Burberry on the hoodie, you know what I mean?
They call that the Jussie Smollett collection.
I'm not doing this today. And I I hate you so much. That's not funny. Oh my God. I don't even know what I was gonna say next. Angela, help me. I need to know.
We were talking about these fashion brands, and he said, yeah, there you go.
Okay. I hate you. So, love over hate. What I think is crazy is in a day and age like this, in Black History Month, all of these brands have come out with these things. And of course, Prada and around Christmas time with the little monkey keychain.
Though the Montclair thing was from 2016.
Yeah, oh, that's fair too.
Right,
Well,
and
but
Gucci, that was
it's all
out.
coming out.
It's all coming
Black
out
History
this month, right? It's
Yeah.
all being.
And you said something that I think is profound in your very basic way, and that is, that it shouldn't take a crisis for us to support each other. We should be supporting Black designers and Black stylists and Black brands anyway, which you do a great job doing. I know you do too. But I do think that there's something to be said for that kind of crisis to get us to really come together and talk about what we need to do. Spike Lee talked about the 400-year mark and where we are, and the fact that. For me, what's super frustrating is there hasn't been a convening around a Black agenda since 1972 in Gary, Indiana. Before that, we used to have convenings every year, Angela, up until the Emancipation Proclamation to talk about what Black folks' agenda should be. Of course, top of the agenda was being free, right? Getting out of slavery. But now it's like, okay, we know that Black people make $17,000 a year for their median income to white folks $171,000. We should be talking about the wealth gap. We should be talking about education. There was just a report released by EdBuild that talks about $23 billion received at white schools, $23 billion more received at white public schools versus schools of color that teach school students of color. We should be talking about that. We should
Nutrition in the schools too, health.
Yes, healthcare. The fact that healthcare is one of the things that's the biggest bankrupters, right, in the country. It's one of the key causes for bankruptcy in this country. That doesn't just go to Black folks, but of course it hits us
And
hard.
childhood obesity.
Yeah.
That's a huge issue.
And criminal justice. Of course, that doesn't just apply to Black people, but it overwhelmingly and disproportionately impacts us. We should be developing an agenda around that. And I say all the time, people are like, we're so divided. I think that historically, if you look at the beef between Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois, or you look at the beef between W.E.B. Du Bois and Marcus Garvey, there have always been those beefs, but at least they were striving towards the same goal. That's right. So I think that at least instead of us just tearing everything down, we should be like, all right, what's on your agenda at least? Let's talk about that. And ensuring that these 2020 presidential candidates are addressing this. We know now that reparations isn't such a word that folks are running from. It's being more embraced.
Bernie running from.
Well, I don't think he really did. I think that if you look at what Kamala, Bernie Sanders said, Elizabeth Warren said, and Julian Castro, they've all said that there needs to be some type of either tax credit or subsidy given to families who were descendants of United States slaves. But Marianne Williamson is the only candidate who's talked about it and said there needs to be a cash payment. Here's what I think is funny. There are a lot of folks caping for Marianne Williamson right now, but she's talking about a $100 billion plan. In context, in the United States, Black people's collective buying power every year, annually, is $1.3 trillion. So $100 billion is a drop in the bucket, comparatively speaking. So we really need to talk about what really that should look like, especially when we can say it's not just the federal government who benefited from slave labor, it's local and state governments and businesses. Businesses like Chase Bank, you know what I mean? Businesses like New York Mutual, businesses like Bank of America, all benefited from slave labor. There's even a railroad company, I want to say it's Norfolk Southern, but I want to be sure. But there are a ton of businesses that have benefited from slave labor. I'm interested in doing the research to find out how they benefit, how much they benefited, and getting us an equity plan. We should have equity in those companies.
Some type of program where
I think that's what Bernie was trying to say when they was asking him at the town hall. He just basically was like, what? Everybody's talking about reparations, but what do these plans look like?
Yeah, I also think with marijuana being legalized, that's a great way to make sure that we do get in on that. And so much of us suffer from being thrown in jail, family members going to jail, having fines to pay just from those marijuana laws. And now that marijuana is being legalized in so many places, that might be a good way to make sure that we have more of a share of that whole business.
See, and what Angela's talking about is this and the housing market. There's a brilliant piece that Ta-Nehisi Coates dropped in the Atlantic a few years back that talks about housing. So what you're talking about is the country still owes us ongoing reparations from systemic harm and damage and racism. So one is like just the benefit of slavery, the economics of the slave trade, and then the others
mass incarceration.
mass incarceration, which is a modern day piece of that, which is brilliant, right? Like we need to be compensated for both.
Do you think that people really care about reparations, or is just a talking point for the Democrats right now because they know that that's what people want to hear?
I don't know if I can't judge their hearts. What I know is that this is something that's very serious. There are organizations like Cobra who for years have dealt with reparations and talked about it. Congressman Conyers every year used to introduce, or every Congress used to introduce H.R. 40, which was just a commission to study the impacts, the economic impacts of slavery on this country. And now Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, since Mr. Conyers retired, is now introducing that measure. What we can really determine, how we can determine if people are really serious about it, is for once, having more co-sponsors on this bill, not just members from the Congressional Black Caucus, and then ensuring that the bill actually moves through the Judiciary Committee and every other committee that has jurisdiction over the bill, and then finally passes, and then let's see what the Senate does. I think that is the real test to see if people are serious or if it's just lip service.
Two things. When last time you was here, you talked about black people.
Yes.
And you said, I don't want to misquote you. They said that you said black people.
I said the direct quote was black people are immigrants too. The context of that was we were talking about immigration. So I'm thinking that everybody should know I'm talking about black immigrants. I've literally dragged Ben Carson for saying that, you know, they had a dream too on the slave ship. No, fool, they were just trying to get off the slave ship. Like they weren't dreaming about a better day in America. They were fine where they were.
So you weren't talking about slavery?
No, I was not talking about slaves.
We were addressing immigration at the time, so you were talking about those immigrants that are
and this is something that is, you know, a real source of pride for me. I was raised by, you know, a father who's a black activist but also is very much a part of a rainbow coalition, like done everything from helping his friend stand up El Centro de la Raza, rest in power Roberto Maestas, and then also getting awards from the Japanese American Citizens League because he stood in solidarity with other oppressed communities. I think that's where we're at our strongest. My dad has also talked about we need our own designation on the federal, state, and local level for United States slaves. That would be parallel to what this country's done for
Why
Alaska
do I have
people.
so little fucking
that is
trade rights?
Something that I talk about in speeches every time I deal with the Black agenda. So it surprised me that, you know, one, people hadn't done their research. Maybe the speeches aren't publicly available enough, Angela, because maybe I'm, what did I say, a low-level black activist?
Yeah. You got paid off by the Russians.
Maybe I want to.
I didn't think you A-list black activists.
Well, I don't know. Either way, whatever list is on, like they clearly did not find those speeches, and it's unfortunate because now it's been used as a source of a way to sow discord and a source of distraction. I think what we really need to be focused on, what can we do to make our communities better and stronger, and forcing people who say they want to lead us and want our votes and want our support to do the same thing.
And they said you're not for reparations because you're not a descendant of slaves.
Oh, they said that my
you're Haitian.
They said
it says that on your Wikipedia.
Where did it? Wait, I didn't know.
It is so funny. Matter of fact, let me pull it up.
Well, I want to hear what it says. I didn't know that because it also used to say that I was a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha fraternity. One, AKAs aren't a fraternity, and two, I'm not an AKA. My mother's AKA.
Hold on, this is hilarious.
But what's so interesting is they said, well, she's not a descendant of United States slaves, and actually that couldn't be further from the truth. We have research that goes all the way to the 17th century. That talks about how far down the line that goes. But I do have a Haitian great-grandfather. He was born here, but his mother was born in Haiti. And you know what she was? A slave in Haiti. See, slave ships stopped in different parts of the world, brothers and sisters. It didn't just stop in the United States.
Oh, they changed it.
Oh,
Somebody on your team must have caught it. I've been watching it forever.
I feel like Charlamagne actually is the one that put it up.
He might have.
I think so. Because I don't know. Why are you Googling Angela Rye?
Attorney.
I'm a Haitian American attorney.
That's what it said.
Hey,
So now, why would you even have been Googling her on Wikipedia to see that?
Because he loves to troll me. That is his favorite.
I think he put it up.
Angela, do you know the very first red carpet picture I ever had? Do you remember this? Such a jerk. First red carpet picture I ever had. You do remember this. He's already laughing. I had like I was posing. You know, you're just uncomfortable. I'm still not ever.
Yeah, me neither.
So my back is out, and I'm like looking like over my shoulders. This fool writes on the Instagram post, "Your back is ashy." Like he is such a jerk. So yeah,
I be checking on my people every now and then.
That's how you check on your people.
I did.
I'm like, I'm visibly uncomfortable. Like, and he's like, "Your back is ashy." I was like, "Ooh, is it?" So I'm like going to where's the ash spot?
You can't Photoshop lotion on.
Right, you really can't.
You know, I'm going to ask you about that woman, Alva Johnson.
Yes.
That is talking about Donald Trump forcibly kissing her and coming forward and telling her story and what happened with everybody else that was there, that was in the presence when it happened.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You know, Donald Trump has more than 20 accusers. He is someone, for some reason, who has been able to survive a Me Too climate with all of those accusers, all of them telling very similar stories. I cannot understand it for the life of me.
Right.
We already know that black women, more often than not, get discredited, so I'm sure her story is not being taken as seriously as some of his white accusers were. But even those weren't taken seriously enough for anything to, to really have happened. I think it's fascinating.
Right.
And I'm
Does she stand a
interested
chance of winning?
She could. She could. I'm not sure. Like, nothing has happened with the other accusations. So I don't know.
Oh, it's still there, by the way.
Oh, I'm a Haitian American. Okay. Angela Rye is a Haitian American attorney. We should call my mom and dad and see what they say about that. I wonder, do they know they're Haitian? Because I didn't know that. I know I have a great grandfather, Hayes Gordon.
Hayes Gordon.
Yes. And Andrea LeBlanc. That's my mom's side. Anyway.
Anything else?
We got some Angela Rye history here.
I know, but even for me, like, it's like alternative facts. Like, and it's up on the page. Wikipedia needs to do something about that. Like, maybe they should not let people just
That
edit
is
their
stupid.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
What does it say?
That's why I never trust Wikipedia when I have to research things.
Yeah.
I don't just go to Wikipedia ever.
You can't.
And
You
look
can't.
somebody up because you don't know what's on there.
You really don't. And it's like, if
And then they ask
put
for
it
a
in
donation.
The Google, they do. The Google search results, and it says, like, that's the first thing that pops up. So you're like, well, it's first, it must be
It
true.
must be true.
Not really. Just because it's in print does not mean it's true.
It just says I'm an American radio presenter, television personality.
You're not even black.
You're not even American.
And Arthur.
And Arthur.
Arthur, okay.
You're an Arthur?
Where's Arthur?
Hi, Arthur. How are you doing? Angela, nice to meet you.
All right, Angela. Well, thank you for always coming and breaking it down for us and keeping us informed of what's going on. I can't wait to see what else is going to come out.
Yes.
neither.
Give me your
Next-
Twitters and Instagrams and all that stuff.
Twitter is at Angela_Rye. Blocked most of the Twitter noise out right now. And then Instagram is Angela Rye.
All the Haitian massive follow your sister. All right?
Ah,
It's the
yes.
Breakfast Club.
Big Boys Neighborhood.
To the bell,
Did you
to
get
the bell,
T-Pain the bell?
to the bell.
We got T-Pain in the neighborhood. Are y'all toasting right now? Man, first off, welcome back to the neighborhood, man. T-Pain is here for his monthly visit. So we thank you for coming in and hanging out with us, man.
We have the most interviews about absolutely nothing.
What we talking about today?
But we leave and we feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you got an album coming, right?
Absolutely,
Man, get
yeah.
that shit out of here. What you feeling about this Jussie Smollett? No, man. No, first off, the last time we had you here, it was TV Pain. You know what I'm saying? Now we're back to artist mode, man. We got to see what's going on.
Actually, I'm actually filming the second season of the show we were talking about.
As you should.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
we got green lit. We going in the second season now. We just filmed the first 3 episodes a couple days ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard you was taking people inventions and getting their patents when they didn't know. You know
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. You got to be ready.
You have a patent on this? We still. Oh, okay. Patent pending. Okay. I can cut the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's going down with T-Pain, the artist?
New album, man. New
Ready
album, a bunch of new singles. You know, I'm independent now, so it feels.
Isn't
much
that good?
better. It's so great.
Hey man,
It's
it's
so great.
crazy. Remember back in the days, Pain, where everybody wanted to be on the major?
You needed to.
And now you're like, man, how do I get away from this major? I got enough people that I am the major label.
Well, the veil has been lifted. So,
Yeah.
you know, everybody knows what the labels are doing, and, you know, they're making free money. It's basically the labels are just like, well, you could do this yourself, but we're doing it, so just pay us for it.
Regret though? Do you regret those signing?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Especially the Akon. Like when I signed the Akon, like that was, that was the biggest thing that happened.
When you went to his house and you saw a gas station on his property, did you think like, did you got a gas station on his property? Were you thinking like, oh, okay, I need to get into some ownership. This is ridiculous.
It's pretty cool what he does, man. He has so many houses though, which is, that's not fair.
Yeah. He worked hard and he does great with his money too, though.
Yeah, he saves a lot. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much learned money management from Akon.
Right.
So, he does his thing, and it feels good to be a part of it. But being on the label and learning from Akon,
right?
And being able to start my own and do my own thing.
You did a hella tuition into the School of Experience, though.
It was a lot.
Hell yeah. So what does it feel like now with One Up just kind of being yours?
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
This feels brand new. I was just telling my team last night, it feels like I'm like a new artist.
What does it mean when you say your team? Because one thing with us, man, is everybody knows T-Pain. So when you think about you got your own situation, there's no major, like you can get into any radio station, any show, you know what I'm saying? Like you
would think
always
that.
Really?
You would think that.
You've always been the machine though.
Or you can't just walk in though.
Right. Yeah, that is true. We didn't say yes and had to book it and everything. Like, we really don't want you just showing up. It did sound good, but you did call me on that. You know what I'm saying? You saw through the bull stuff.
I had to do a pre-interview.
got all the questions. Like, okay, I'm gonna ask him this. Make sure that he sit down and say this. But why go away from the major and go T-Pain?
Because at this point, there's no reason for the major. At one point, what we did as artists is we relied on the majors' contacts.
Yeah.
We relied on their connections and things of that nature. It's like the majors at one point was the only people with the numbers to the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only people that can get in contact with
machine.
You know what I'm saying? But now, with online content and it just being readily available for everybody, there's no reason.
How did you make the transition from when we lived in a world of selling records and royalties and counts? Like, how did you make the transition that some others have a hard time making?
It's adaptation is a difficult thing. It really is, and it's hard for a lot of people. And I've seen a lot of people quit at that point.
Yeah, man.
So staying in it and running out of money and stuff. That helps. A little motivation.
Yeah. Once you go from here to here, there's a kind of different motivation.
Yeah,
Dude, you brought up money before, so you did go broke?
Yeah, for sure.
Was it our broke or T-Pain broke?
It was
broke.
General, it was out of control. It was literally me borrowing money from my manager to buy my kids.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had nobody managing my money.
That's what we say tuition to the School of Experience.
So I was spending it, not knowing how much I had left. So once I copped 2 cribs out of the $2 million Bugatti.
Yeah.
And I'm running. I'm just doing everything. I have 32 cars. I'm just going.
32 cars.
And then I tried to, and I didn't know until I tried to get a 3rd crib. And then it was like, you ain't got no money.
What are you talking about? You gotta take that big ass chain off. I got 32 cars. I got 32 cars. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah, so it was it was a reality.
Were you afraid? Like, did you think like at any point like, man, I spent the glory days? Were you afraid of going back and being able to make it? And
nah, music was still fire.
Yeah, exactly. That was a loaded question. That was a loaded question.
Yeah, it was still good.
No, I had the ammunition to load the gun up. Like, I had the ammunition. You know what I'm saying?
I was still good. I had gotten lazy. I had just thought that was all the money I was going to ever make. So, it was just, I was young, naive, and,
What do you feel now about when you see people now? Like,
oh, yeah, I'm always like, I'm like I'm like the granddad in the back of the room, like, oh, boy, you're going to hate taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, like, you're killing, like, man, the IRS is coming for all that cash you got that man.
you just kind of sit back and watch it.
Absolutely, because I've seen people come in and out of it, so it's like,
man.
I know what happens, and it's the patterns. You see the patterns.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and
man,
especially if we lived it too.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's like, oh man, that what you're doing on that, that look good on camera, but that never works.
And
out.
now they are watching too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
man. We telling on ourselves
we
now.
are self-snitching at an all-time high.
Like, man, how did they know? If you go down 4 clicks on your Instagram.
Showing all this off.
Big boy neighborhood T-Pain. Thank you, T-Pain.
Wow, that's really good.
You know why? Because he's a producer as well. Your timing is immaculate. You see, we have fighters in here. Nobody else know how to ring the bell.
Oh,
now, what is one of the new album?
One of the new album, it always goes back to me being an avid gamer. Since I was, since I was a wee lad.
Right. Go ahead.
But no, I've been a gamer all my life, man, and it's just
What kind of gamer?
all kinds. Well, you know what? Not all kinds.
Right,
I like,
yeah.
I like sports games.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Can't do it.
That's when people talk the most mess at.
Right, and that's why I can't do it, because I don't want to play with my friends.
Right.
It's like don't scream at my TV, bro.
So you
Yeah, ready to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I saw Snoop kick a console off of a platform.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you definitely don't want to get into this.
Too much. I don't want that.
So you like a Fortnite?
Do you play
or?
Fortnite?
I played Fortnite a couple times, but we got Apex Legends, but all the way from like Super Mario Brothers and Battletoads and Lion King,
Lion King was so good on Sega.
So hard.
And when you
So-
get through levels, like I
So
couldn't
what
wait.
is one up? Is that I'm one up on you?
One up is basically when the green mushroom from Mario.
Yeah.
And
bigger.
it gives you
Gotcha.
it gives you extra life, and it gives you another chance.
Right
to beat
now,
Brilliant.
there are 31
You know what I'm
satellites
saying? I'm thinking
around the world.
I'm thinking I'm over here just is it one up on you? Like I got you have 32, I have 33. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the way that you just broke that down, that's way more brilliant than what I was thinking over here in my
Extra life.
simplistic mind.
It's an extra life, another chance to beat the game.
I heard that. Damn, that is damn good. Hey man, like really, bro. Like, and that's not not that I'm impressed that you came up with it, but I'm just impressed. Like that is really.
Are you gonna tear up a little bit?
No, but it's not like that's really some thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's good.
no, hey man, if I get a shot of that, it's gonna be a bad situation. I'm gonna have 2 Nigerians whooping my ass down the street.
Stop it. You calling yourself the gay Tupac?
Yeah. I don't know what that drink could do to me. For when you brought it in.
Too much. I don't want that.
So you like a Fortnite?
Do you play
or?
Fortnite?
I played Fortnite a couple times, but we got Apex Legends, but all the way from like Super Mario Brothers and Battletoads and Lion King,
Lion King was so good on Sega.
So hard.
And when you
So-
get through levels, like I
So
couldn't
what
wait.
is one up? Is that I'm one up on you?
One up is basically when the green mushroom from Mario.
Yeah.
And
bigger.
it gives you
Gotcha.
it gives you extra life, and it gives you another chance to beat the game.
Brilliant. You know what I'm thinking I'm over here just is it one up on you? Like I got you have 32, I have 33. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the way that you just broke that down, that's way more brilliant than what I was thinking over here in my
Extra
simplistic
life.
mind.
It's an extra life, another chance to beat the game.
I heard that. Damn, that is damn good. Hey man, like really, bro. Like, and that's not not that I'm impressed that you came up with it, but I'm just impressed. Like that is really.
Are you gonna tear up a little bit?
No, but it's not like that's really some thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, if I get a shot of that, it's gonna be a bad situation. I'm gonna have 2 Nigerians whooping my ass down the street.
Stop
You know what I'm saying?
it. You calling yourself the gay Tupac?
Yeah. I don't know what that drink could do to me. For when you brought it in a ceramic vase, so a porcelain vase. So
It was heavy.
I don't know what's going on in
It
there.
could be a weapon.
Now with one up the album, who's on the album, or are you not doing?
I got a few features. I got Prophet De Niro, which is one of my homies from Tallahassee, who was getting hated on the same way I was when I was trying to get out of Tallahassee.
Really though? Like you ain't going nowhere.
I just put him on my, I put him on.
Why open the door for him when it was so hard for you?
It was just a lot. I didn't have anybody to do that for me, so I know how much that means to get that helping hand and get out of there like that. But it helps. Prophet De Niro, he's on the intro of the album.
And is Tory on?
Tory's on the album.
You better have let him on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
OT Genesis.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Crip walking all through the studio.
Hey.
Oh my God, it's Crip walking.
I'll show you one
Yeah.
We just shot a video and we got like a full 6 minutes of him just walking.
Oh,
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, man.
Let him keep walking.
Man, dude, did you see when he got off the tour bus and he Crip walked all the way from Texas to Washington, D.C.? It was
All the way back to Long
ridiculous.
Beach?
Yeah. They cut it down.
Right,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
cut it down. That was that. It was, we got that. I may need to. Let me get my phone.
Okay,
You
yeah.
gonna say something else and then we can, yeah, I got you though.
How many tracks on the
It
album?
is 12 tracks on that.
So what's the formula going in now? Is there pressures now?
There's
Being able-
actually no pressure.
Why?
It felt so much better to just make music.
There's so many outside influences that you didn't let penetrate you, like the blogs and the Instagram and the comments and.
I use those.
Right.
I instead of thinking that people are just haters or anything like that, I use that as analytics. You know what I'm saying? I take that and make my next move off of that to where you look at that and you see the hate and you see the negative comments and you say, what can I do to make sure they can't say this next time?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You try to make your next move such a move that they can't say any of these things next time. And then it's like, okay, what now?
Do you feel like you got that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. No question. I feel like I'm doing enough of the right things in my path that I was trying to do while I was on the label. But, one, they wouldn't fund it, and two, they just didn't believe in it.
Is it different working for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's more of a, okay, now I can do this, so I don't have an excuse.
Right. Yeah. You can't blame it on somebody like, man, I had a good album. Push it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a great album.
All my failures are on me now.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't make it a little more so-called scary-er, or that makes it more.
It makes it more truthful. It makes it more truthful. You'll know what you're doing wrong immediately.
Wow.
And you don't have anybody to blame.
What was your biggest? Is there a biggest lesson in the game thus far for T-Pain?
I don't think so.
Watch your money.
Well, that's probably not the biggest lesson.
Have somebody do
One
it.
of
I think the big lesson is don't think that this is it. There's always a future coming. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that this is how it's always going to be.
Right.
And I know, a lot of people can get into it to where, when my 4th album dropped and I did 30,000 the first week, I was devastated.
Really?
I was crying. I was like, what? Like, I've never sold.
You were like physically
Physically
literally crying.
Like, I was going to my road manager. We was on the road when we got the news, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Damn.
I hadn't prepared for failure. Like, I had never sold less than 150 the first week. So I had not even thought in my mind that I could.
Was it at a time when the numbers was looking crazy anyway, though? Like,
yeah, but you never.
But you wasn't writing yourself that past.
Yeah, I think numbers just looking crazy because they're trash.
Right. Not me.
Not me.
Right.
Like, I'm not trash. So what is
So
that?
how do you get out of that, or how do you deal with that?
You figure out that it's self-pity. It's a self.
I love self-pity.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels great, especially when you blame it on somebody.
How do you get out of that?
you
work
and you figure out that you're not the only person going through this, but you're going through it the least. Like, there's people that have people that have clinical depression that can't get out of that funk. You know what I'm saying? It's like a meme now to be depressed. And,
right.
And it's kind of making a mockery of people that are actually depressed.
Do you feel like you were depressed?
I thought I was.
Right.
I thought I was until I realized what actually being depressed was.
Right. That's depression.
That's different.
You were like, I'm in a slump.
Yeah, right. I never had like a suicidal thought or anything like that. I was never ready to go or anything like that. So, there's people that can't get out of that. And, I found out that I was chasing hits. I was chasing hits. There's literally like 4 years of my marriage where I didn't live with my wife.
Wow.
Because I was just like, I need to be where the studios are. And I can't live where there's not a studio. I gotta be in Miami, I gotta be in LA, I gotta be in New York, I gotta be somewhere that's just I gotta constantly be around artists so I can do these hooks so we can keep making money. And that, having me get away from my family and going to do that, I've just now started to realize
Yeah, that's that tuition to the school experience we're talking about, huh?
That was, you know,
and think you're doing it for the family.
Absolutely, and it's only hurting the family. You know what I'm saying? And you're around here chasing other artists, and you know you shying away from the people that care about you the most.
Did you learn a lot about artists and people who you thought were comrades when you thought you were going through your slump? Like, let me get another drink, big.
Yeah, 1984. Nah, but yeah, I mean, that was, man, I can't even explain. I can't count on both hands how many people show their true color.
Wow.
You know, and it really showed, man. It really showed. And when you're hot, and you know, I've done videos with people that, you know, if it's two features, it'll be me featuring on a track with somebody else, but the main artist is cool with both of us. But you know, I don't want to say no names, but it like there was a time where I started getting cold, and the other featured artist was like, I don't want to be in any scenes with T-Pain because I don't want my shit to go down.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, and it's the person that is like featured on my album. Like we've done a ton of songs together and stuff like that. So,
wow.
You know, but when I started getting cold, it was like I don't want to be seen in any scenes with T-Pain.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you still got to look at that person like, yeah, I know what you're
Right. Like, you know, I was featured on a song with somebody, and they had a, you know, second feature.
Hold on, man. Take a big gulp of that, cause that's
Go ahead, finish that.
You say your
Get
name.
that liquor courage.
Big gulp of that. All right.
It's a part of it. It's gonna spiral out of control pretty
Hey, we're gonna walk out of here and see the check this.
He's gonna be ready to blame it on the alcohol for real. He was like, yeah, I said what?
Yeah, but it got so crazy. And so I was I did a hook on a song for an artist.
And how did that hook go? Which one was it?
That's a little
it was Make That Shit Work. It was one of my songs.
All right.
But at first it belonged to another artist, and they had a featured verse on it.
Oh.
But when the song didn't make the initial artist album, the label gave it to me, and then it became my song, and I did verses to it. The artist that was already featured on it and already had a verse on it said, "No, they can take me out."
Wow.
And they off now?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Have you talked to them since?
Yeah, saw him in the airport.
Did they talk to you?
That was fun.
Did they know?
Absolutely.
Did they try to
I
act
said,
like...
bro, what's up with that verse? What's up with the session? Give me the session. Oh yeah, I got you. When I get, you know, I got my shows, and when I get down with shows, and I'm like, you're not performing right now. It's crazy. Because you're engineered. I know the engineer. He's right here. He's like,
FaceTime him right now.
But you know the session at this other studio. Okay, so you let studios keep all your sessions, which is weird because your music would leak a lot.
Wow.
And you know, it's just a bunch of excuses, and you know, ultimately they just didn't want to be on the record with me. So
damn,
it was fine. But it was the artist that initially had the song, they flopped crazy.
Is there something
crazy? So, being on the song with the initial artist would have been worse.
Right. Good Lord.
Yeah, my shit actually did numbers.
Right.
Weird. That was a weird thing you did.
Is there somebody on your list that you still want to collaborate with that you haven't gotten a chance to?
Andre 3000 for sure.
Ooh, that would be one. 3 stacks.
3 stacks and Carrie Underwood.
I heard that.
I want that
Okay.
one so bad.
Yeah, her fans don't like
Right.
Yeah, they can
They're haters.
I think you guys would come together and it'd be
I'm in the
What make
darker
you think?
variety of people.
Yeah. What make you think her fans don't like you? Is when they say we don't like you, Nick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it in an interview, and yeah, watch out for that. It'll get you.
Don't break that.
I said that I wanted to work with her in the interview, and just her.
And they
fans-
came
her
at you,
fans
huh?
were crazy. It's like nobody. Cause there's a picture of me licking one of my Grammys in the Grammy hole.
Oh.
And,
In the Grammy hole.
Grammy
It's
hole.
only one Grammy hole.
Yeah.
Find it. Naked eye.
And they got upset about
They
that.
were just like nobody with this, you know, this amount of class is allowed to even talk to Carrie Underwood. It was like everybody licking their Grammys is not, you know, not
Like they're not
worthy
licking
of.
booty
Like,
holes in real
Well,
life.
at least you
yeah,
didn't-
we eating
at least
ass
you
out of
didn't-
here.
Right. But you're wrong.
And at least you didn't urinate on your plaque like everybody else doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Urinate on your plaque.
Like, you're not going to go to Carrie Underwood and lick her Grammy.
Absolutely.
Those your Grammy. Big Boy
Big
Neighborhood
Boy.
T-Pain is in the neighborhood, man. You working that bell, bro.
I'm getting it.
Man, if you would have got a little more so-called broke, you would have been working with us. Like, man, so I went to do an interview, and T-Pain worked there. Hey, Pain, did you ever think you was going to have to go get a so-called regular job, or you knew music was?
Oh, no, I always got a job in music. I always got an area in music. It's just about me, how lazy I feel like being.
I heard you.
It's just like
it depends on my motivation.
Absolutely, you just get up and go do your thing, man. I can do these records with my eyes closed. I really I have spaces in these record labels that want to give me these jobs, and what we do song deals, and you know what I'm saying. I create them 15 singles. They keep me for $500,000 and stuff like that. So it's always a space. I can literally do that every month. I just don't feel like it.
Damn.
I'm lazy, dude.
Me and the tequila.
Would you be way more so-called better off if you weren't lazy?
Absolutely.
Wow.
No question.
Yeah.
I've said no to a lot of things.
Like
when you did go so-called broke, were you sitting there like, man, I remember when I passed up?
Absolutely. No question. I've been a yes man since.
what have been some things that you have said no to?
Just like certain shows. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we give you $100,000 to come to Dubai, do a 15-minute show real quick. You fly back, we'll pay for all your travel. I'm like, I don't feel like going to Dubai right now.
What? Can I go for you?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't look like T-Pain. I can't. I don't have the talent.
I would have turned singer like a mother. I would have been there.
I try to do things like, make excuses like, I don't have a pre-check. Like, I don't have pre-check. I gotta take my shoes off at security at the airport. I don't feel like
got denied for global entry. This is ridiculous.
I would make these things in my mind like real live excuses to not get up and go make all this money.
You gotta get pre-check though. It's a game changer.
I swear. Clear now has.
Oh yeah. What do you think, if you were to put a number on it, that you've passed up by not working with someone, not getting on the plane?
Oh boy, not working with people. That is. Oh my God. That's so many.
Do you think it's more than you made?
Absolutely. No
wow.
Question. For sure. No, there's no question of that. Yes.
Is there an artist that you passed up working and they blew up?
Hell yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I want to know the name.
Somewhat. I think the first time that ever happened was Huey. Baby Huey in Pop Lock and Drop It? Yeah. I was supposed to be on that original song.
And
I was like, that's far.
And then when it goes,
and then it went, and it blew up. Then I got on the remix. I was
hey, what's up? Hey, Huey. Yeah, I'm with you now.
What you doing?
Yeah, I'm with you now. Hey, man, how is it working on The Masked Singer?
What happened? What is that?
The Masked Singer. How is it?
What is that?
The show with Nick Cannon.
The show with Nick Cannon.
How is it like backstage and having to wear the mask?
I don't know what that is.
The monster.
I don't know what that is.
The Masked Singer.
Yeah. You're shooting shots that have no target.
Why do I believe you?
I don't.
I do.
It's a weird thing. What are y'all doing?
You don't want to finish taking that drink?
I will.
I'm going to. And I still don't know what
that part's in the plan.
You thought I was not going to take this drink? I was just waiting on this dumbass shit y'all trying to pull to clear the air. And then,
How's Robin Thicke?
Yeah. What y'all talking about? I didn't know Robin Thicke. What do you do?
How is he been?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since the Real Husbands.
The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
That thing. Yeah, I was on that show.
So you're really not on The Masked Singer. People think that you're the monster under the mask on The Masked Singer.
You call me a monster?
No, it's the costume. It's like a cute little furry.
Am I racist?
Why are they calling me that?
So what did they call Terry Bradshaw when he revealed? What they call him?
Carrie Underwood.
What is going on? Y'all
So you're not on the show?
There's a show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Because I know you got a sign that you can't say anything.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not how my show goes.
Right.
T-Pain School of
This
Business.
isn't you?
Why?
Lazy? I said I'm lazy. I don't wear that costume.
He's like, I'm sweating right now. You think I'm going? He was like, didn't I just tell y'all I turned down $100,000 for Dubai?
Paid trip.
He was like, and I'm gonna get up in a one-eyed monster outfit for 8 weeks.
Y'all are out of control.
All right.
Never seen y'all act like